This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Buffalo Wild is brought to you by Meadow Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestead from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knop. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
ProStyleProduction.com.
Planet Pizza. Systems go for lunch. Frequent supper times a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. From me and Marianne to Planet Pizza.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Meadow Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
This broadcast on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by ProStyleProduction.com. It's time for Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Comes down low to the near side. Bennett walks out with it. Bennett centering. Feed fires it. Easton Bennett scores. It's 4-1 Magi on the twisted wrister from Easton Bennett.
The growing tradition of Magi hockey carries on today.
He scores! And it's a hat trick for Hayden Schwartz.
Mason Morelli with the backhand, puts the pass to that minor. Here's Martell driving, scores! Martell refutes, and the Magi are on the board with a power play. 40 seconds in OT, a drive coming back towards Hughes, scores! Glove gets her out of that ball, Benny fires, he scores!
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Point Hyde sends it down. Bennett, top shelf, backhand. Right where Grandma keeps the cookies. And it's 5-1. Out of Gretzky's office. Bennett feeds Hyde at the line. Near side. Hyde tunes it in. Tipped in front. Vial tucks it home. And it's 5-1. Bian's handling, whistling, firing into the glove. No, he scored. It's 2-0. Heads, tattoos at home. And the Magicians lead.
It's time for the Minot High Magician Hockey Planet Pizza pregame show. Planet Pizza, the area's ultimate party location, has been serving the Magic City for over 20 years. Call and order now at 701-852-1700.
Colby Ends will start the rush. Ends has a big hit at center ice. Welcome to senior night. Plenty of noise. Easton Bennett absolutely lights up Ruley. There's the hit of the game, maybe of the week.
Now, let's go to the ice with the voice of the Magi. Here's Nick Hulberg.
Seven games remain in the regular season for the Minot High Magicians boys high school hockey team. 5 of those 7 games are for points inside of the West region, and those points are certainly on a premium. Tonight is one of those games, number 1 of the next upcoming 5 that will be for points in West Region play. We're live at the Lumberdome, one of the most storied hockey facilities in North Dakota, if not the most storied hockey facility besides the Ralph in all of North Dakota for tonight's Bottineau against Minot High showdown in West Region North Dakota high school hockey. It's the Planet Pizza pregame show. Planet Pizza, the area's ultimate party location. School parties, team parties, birthday parties, and so much more. They truly are out of this world. You can call them tonight on a cold, chilly night. They will deliver for free, 701-852-1700. I highly recommend the Blue Buffalo Pizza. They really are out of this world. 701-852-1700 if you're hungry. Call them and they'll deliver for you here tonight while you listen to Minot High and Bottineau go toe-to-toe in a matchup where the Magicians since 2014 have dominated on this ice surface. Will tonight be the same story? We'll find out tonight. I'm Nick Hulberg alongside of Mr. Larry McFalll for the call here on ProStyleProduction.com and 1390 KRRZ Cars AM for this matchup of North Dakota high school hockey. Well, Larry, the Lumberdome is a special place, and it's special again tonight. 10 degrees is the temperature outside when we showed up in beautiful Bottineau, North Dakota here tonight. Inside maybe just a little bit chillier than that, it feels like, with the ice right below us here inside the Lumberdome. What does that do for the hockey game tonight and do for the players in a matchup like this here tonight?
Well, I don't think it really affects too much as far as the Magicians go. They have to dress a little bit warmer than normal, obviously. They just got done going through Saturday's outdoor game in Jamestown that obviously will really help. Bottineau used to practicing in here, of course, and playing here and all the time. I think the part of this rivalry that's tough is Bottineau coming to Minot and playing with it that warm compared to here. Through the years, they've gotten tired in the third period because they're not used to the heat. I think the cold doesn't affect anybody much when they're out there moving and playing. I think it affects Bottineau more when they come to Minot. But the Magicians have had a lot of good luck here lately, like Nick said, winning 4 in a row now, I believe, here in the Lumberdome. And tonight, it's always a challenge. You don't ever look past Bottineau when it comes to playing in the Lumberdome. You just don't. It's their home rink, and they play very well here.
Well, if you remember last year, we had the call from the same exact spot here in the Lumberdome press box at center ice. And it was last year that the Bottineau Braves had a 3-1 lead on the Magi heading into the third period. It turned into an all-out shootout at the end of the hockey game. Minot High got the win in the contest. But knowing how good Bottineau is on their home ice, knowing this place should be full tonight, knowing that it's rowdy, the ice surface is quick, there's special bounces on the boards here tonight. And the X factor in tonight's hockey game, you've got a kid by the name of Ian Amsbaugh, who's number 11 in the state for scoring, sitting on 19 goals, 26 points out of the year. How much of a factor do you key in on him tonight? Just seems like Bottineau always has that one marquee guy.
They always have one guy that always seems to be able to do some damage, whether it's Eric Herbel several years ago, or Longy, who's now playing for the Minot State University. There's always somebody. I don't really know if you put two people on him or not, in a way, kind of. Have somebody shadowing him and then have one of your defensemen maybe gear to him a little more. Or you just kind of see what happens in the first period first, and if he's hurting you, then go to some sort of way to shut him down, because look at some of the numbers. If you shut him down, you're shutting down most of the offense of the Bottineau Braves.
Well, this is a huge game tonight for the Magicians that look to try to shut down Bottineau, like you said, and Ian Amsbaugh. Why is it so important? Well, like I mentioned as we brought you into the Lumberdome here tonight, that 5 games remain in the regular season for North Dakota high school hockey in the West Region for the Magicians. They've got 2 games on top of that against West Fargo Cheyenne and the Grafton Park River Spoilers. According to the math of the way that I break it down, Minot High, if they win out against Bottineau tonight, a matchup with Williston coming up, matchup with Dickinson coming up, and another matchup with Bottineau, they should finish in the number 3 spot inside of West Region North Dakota high school hockey. If you look back to what they did last year after this game, they went on a tear, ending up winning their final 6 games of the year after that 5-4 win here at the Lumberdome, where they scored 49 goals in their last 6 games of the season. It truly is a big one tonight for the Magi. Maybe more than anything, a confidence builder after they've lost 5 in a row.
Yeah, they definitely need this win, and I think the coach and staff does have them up for it. They had a pretty good time Saturday at the outdoor game in Jamestown. They played Century fairly close, even though the final score doesn't show that. But I guess it really helped. That event was well ran, and the team got down there, felt as part of the deal. They enjoyed themselves. The kids had a blast. I think maybe that kind of cleaned out the closet a little bit too, so to speak, on some of the things that were going wrong. Now they can be rejuvenated and come up to a great facility like this for a big game. We'll see after this game. Like you said, there's points out on the table, but it has to start here tonight with 2 points that pretty much all of us know that Minot should win.
Well, that game for Century against Century, I should say, at Jamestown's North Dakota Hockey Day, 5-2 was the final. Minot High was right there with Century for the majority of the game. It sounded like the second period went really well, and then the third period, Minot High just seemed like maybe they didn't put together the full 51 minutes, and that's kind of been the Achilles heel in my mind of the Magicians here in 2018-2019. Larry, with a young hockey team, you see that sometimes, but man, if they're anything like last Thursday night in the third period against Bismarck High, where they rattle off 4 goals, they get back in the game, and they lose to the Demons on that empty net goal. 7-5 is the final score there. If you can see the Magicians play that way more often, and maybe for a full 3 periods, Minot could certainly be a team that could really cause some damage and raise some eyebrows across the state come tournament time.
Oh, absolutely. I was working the Majet game and then the Toro game at the rink, but I was alerted to the fact that they had all those games video on My Athlete app, so I put that on, and by the time I got it on, Minot was down 3-2 with 12 minutes and 33 seconds left in the game. So they were close. It's just that they, like you said, they just could not keep the drive going for the whole 51 minutes. I think they gave up a power play goal, an open netter as well. So we'll see what happens here tonight in the Lumberdome. Both teams warming up. Both teams looking pretty good. Goaltenders looking exceptional so far in warm-ups. We should have a good one for you tonight.
We'll come back with more of the Planet Pizza pregame show. This is the 3rd game today in the state of North Dakota. We'll tell you how Bismarck High did against Grand Forks Central and how the Century Patriots did against Red River earlier on today. We'll give you the standings. We also have a conversation with John Grubb we'll have for you as well. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey. We're at the Lumberdome tonight for a showdown with the Bottineau Braves. Planet Pizza pregame show returns after these words from our sponsors.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
My name is Marshall Knop. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
ProStyleProduction.com.
I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork and their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Planet Pizza. Systems go for lunch. Frequent supper times a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. From me and Arian to Planet Pizza.
And every Nickelback album. Back to the voices of Magi Hockey. Here's Nick Hulberg and Larry McFalll.
Fair to say we're in the heart of the hockey season now. We're just about a month away from tournament time. Big one tonight for the Magi from Minot High. They're in Bottineau to take on the Bottineau Braves. This is the Planet Pizza pregame show. Call them tonight, 701-852-1700. They'll deliver to you. They've got the best pizza in town. If you're not going to make it to the phone to call tonight, they do have a lunch buffet starting tomorrow from 11 to 2. Best laser tag, best pizza around. Lunch buffet again, 11 to 2 tomorrow. Planet Pizza brings you the pregame show here tonight. Well, Minot High and Bottineau, this is an old school rivalry, but it's not the only game of the state on a Monday today. Bismarck High went over to Grand Forks Central to take on the Grand Forks Central Knights. That was an 11 a.m. game today, and it was Grand Forks Central that thumped Mike Peluso's team. 10-1 was the final there. Larry, anything stand off that stat sheet to you? Certainly the Knights showing how much power they have, beating Bismarck High by 9 goals on their home ice today.
Well, the shots on goal were 53-16 in favor of Grand Forks Central, and Ackerman gave up 3 goals in the first 10 minutes and was removed from the game. They brought in the backup goalie, Logan Hendrickson, so it was just a complete destruction by Grand Forks Central, as it seems to be all the time.
Bismarck, sorry to interrupt you. Bismarck Century had a better game today, though, however, against Red River. They won that hockey game 4-2. Anything outstanding in your mind happened in that contest? Nice to see Red River falling to Century, the arguably top team of the state of North Dakota on the west side.
Yeah, that was a good game. The shots on goal were pretty even, only a 3-shot difference. Bismarck just played a real good game the way it looks. Quality scoring chances were the same. But like you said, the main thing that I get out of the game is a West team beat an East team, a very good East team. It's nice to see that during the regular season. Century still on a tear as they try to chase down Bismarck High in the West region.
Nick Brown had the first one for them. He had a 2-point day. We've got our eyes on him. He's definitely a next-level player. Century gets the win 4-2. Let's look at the standings in North Dakota High School hockey and how they shake up heading into tonight's matchup. Here's why tonight's game's so important. Minot High currently sits in 6th place in the West region. Bottineau Rugby currently sits in 8th. Well, what does that mean? Well, it means Minot High's got some work to do, down by 3 points to Mandan in 5th. They're down by 3 points to Mandan in 5th, and they're down by 6 points to Dickinson in 4th. Jamestown locks down 3rd. Century sits back in 2nd. Bismarck High in 1st. So High 1st, Century 2nd, Jamestown 3rd, Dickinson, Mandan, Minot, then Williston, Bottineau Rugby, and Hayes and Beulah. There are some games left to be played. Minot High can swoop up and harvest some of those points at the end of the year here, which they look to do. Out on the east side of the state, it's Central, Red River, Shanley, Davies, West Fargo, Grafton Park River, who we'll see in a week. They're number 6. Devils Lake is 7. Fargo North is 8. West Fargo Cheyenne is 9. Mayville Portland not playing for points this year, but they're 13, 3-1 overall, and they are dominating North Dakota. We'll talk about their leading point getters in just a moment. First, let's talk about the goaltenders in the state. Anybody having any additional numbers that stand off the paper to you, Larry, since we last spoke last Thursday about High, Bismarck High?
No, it stayed the same in the top 2 at least. Matthew Schmidt from Century still the best goaltender in the state. 6.8 games played. He only given up 4 goals going into today's game. That's a .59 and a 96.9% save percentage as he stopped 124 of 128 shots. Aaron Nielsen from Grand Forks Central is in 2nd. He's played 11 and a half games. He's only given up 10 goals. That's a .87 and 94.1% as he stopped 159 out of 169. The 2 goalies you're looking at tonight, Tyler Olson right now comes on in with a 91.5 save percentage, 3.21 point average as he stopped 249 out of 272 shots. And Trey Sortland getting the start tonight for the Magicians. He's played 7.5 games. He's given up 18 goals. That's good for a 2.40, a 90.1 save percentage, stopping 163 out of 181 shots. And that gives you the comparison between those guys and the top 2 in the state.
Love it. Should be a fun one here tonight. There's a player you got to watch for, and he cracks the top 12 in North Dakota, top 11, I should say, North Dakota scores. It's the sophomore Ian Amsbaugh. Amsbaugh currently sits number 11 in the state. He's got 26 points. That comes to the tune of 19 goals, 7 assists in his sophomore campaign in 12 games. For all sophomores in North Dakota, he ranks number 2 as far as points are concerned. The Magi look to shut him down tonight. We'll talk more about the rest of the top performers in North Dakota. Nobody else on this list in tonight's hockey game. The Magicians don't have anybody in the top 50. The closest they've got is Peyton Fillion, number 58 in the state, coming into tonight's game with 12 points. Bottineau's the home team tonight. The Magi are the road team. We're at the Lumberdome. It's cold in here tonight. We can see our breath, but this is old school hockey and the old school rivalry. It should be a fun one tonight. We're glad you're joining us for the Planet Pizza pregame show. When we come back, we'll talk to John Grubb. His thoughts after the outdoor game and his thoughts as they head into another cold one tonight with Bottineau. In my mind, a must-win situation. You hear the coach's thoughts when we return. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Systems go for lunch. Frequent supper times up front. T-minus now. It's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun. There's room for everyone. From me and Marianne to Planet Pizza.
It's time for the Planet Pizza pregame Coach's Corner. Get your game plan for laser tag in the largest laser tag playground in the region. Did we mention the cheesy, delicious, mouth-watering first bite of a Planet Pizza pizza? Now, here's the matchups insight with the Planet Pizza Coach's Corner.
Welcome back to the Planet Pizza pregame show for the Coach's Corner. Tonight here at the Lumberdome, we're with Minot High co-head coach Mr. John Grubb. First of all, Coach, you go from the outside hockey game where it's freezing cold up to the Lumberdome, the coldest arena in the West region of North Dakota high school hockey. First of all, how are you doing here tonight?
Yeah, good. Similar conditions, so we should be ready to go.
Lumberdome brings back a lot of memories for a lot of people. It's a storied building in a place that Minot High's had some success here as of late over the last 4 or 5 years. Talk about this facility just a little bit, and even if you have a memory or two of your playing days up in this barn, this is sure a fun place to play and come and visit, isn't it?
It's fun. I think it's great because there's actually still that crowd feeling, and they're right over the top of the kids, and it's loud, and it's just an exciting place to play because the game's so fast, the sheet's so small that things happen quick. You gotta make decisions, and there's lots of opportunities to put pucks in that.
Before we talk about the importance of tonight, let's go to the outdoor game and talk about the matchup with the Century Patriots in Jamestown. My goodness, it looked like they sure did a nice job with that whole production of Hockey Day in North Dakota. Your thoughts overall on not only the hockey game that ended in a 5-2 loss for you guys, but the overall event looked pretty nice.
Hats off to them. I don't think they could have done it any better, especially for the first one. We were not knowing what to expect going down there. I thought, who knows, maybe there's a guy standing there with the shovel, and that's how the ice is going to get clean. But it was first class. I think the kids had fun, and I know as coaches it was something we'll enjoy and remember for a long time.
Pretty cold on the bench for you guys?
It was, but it was protected in there, right there in the middle of campus. There wasn't a lot of wind, so it was cold, but it was definitely playable.
One of the things I noticed on the stats today, looking at Minot High's losses on the year compared to last year, we just haven't really been blown out of the water by any team here in 2018-2019, and kind of a surprising stat. Yeah, the West Region numbers aren't the greatest in the win-loss column, but this hockey team might have a lot more to offer than some may think down the stretch, and that's why tonight is so important to try to get this thing rolling. Your thoughts on the importance of tonight's hockey game? We're getting kind of towards the end of the year where we really need to make them count, eh?
It is. We're getting to that part where it's time to learn how to win. We've had some tough competition. 7 of our losses have been to the Bismarcks, and Fargo Davies is a good team. So the kids need to learn to win. We've been working on the what are we doing, how are you going to do it, and why are we doing it, and hopefully some of that stuff starts to build, and we can see us have a little more consistent effort for 3 periods.
Kind of fun seeing the Bismarck High comeback last Thursday night and gave a real breath of fresh air to Minot High Magicians hockey, showing some resiliency there in the third, and more than anything, scoring 5 goals against a top-tier opponent inside of the West Region. Your thoughts on maybe seeing some more of that offense here tonight on a place, like you said, where the boards give some lively bounces, the ice is fast, and it's a place where usually a lot of goals are scored here for both teams in the Lumberdome?
Well, you hope so, but the struggle still has been that consistency to find 3 periods. Even though Bismarck outscored us 3-1 in the second, we actually played a very good second period. So it's just you can't take a period off, you can't take a shift off. It's together. If you have a bad shift, you got to make sure it doesn't turn into 2 bad shifts. And I think if we can find a consistent effort for 3 periods, we're going to start to see some wins for this group.
Kind of fun coming to Bottineau. There's always one marquee player. You look back at the stat sheet all the way back to your time, all the way till now. I mean, there's a list of them. Harrison Aid, Longy, Milliken. You can go down the sheet, and now they've got an Amsbach kid back here again. 19 goals on the year here in the sophomore campaign. Do you guys key in on him at all tonight, trying to shut him down? He sure seems like he can score at will.
We're going to have to, and team defense have to be part of it. We're going to set a goal to try to keep it under 15 shots. I think if we can do that, we have a good chance to win. But it's tough here because there are usually tons of offensive opportunities. But you just have to have guys be willing to get into shooting lanes, be willing not to give up the 2-on-1s and the breakaways, and try to limit him as best we can.
Bottineau always seems to be one of those places there where we might see one of those rabbits on the ice as well. You think we'll see that tonight? And I guess the question is, how big of a factor does the crowd on a Monday night play here? They're always rowdy in this barn, aren't they?
Well, hopefully. I don't know how much crowd really wears on these kids at all. If anything, it might get them a little more excited to play. So kind of hope for some of that. If a rabbit comes out there, hopefully we're up 5-1 at the time.
Sure appreciate your time here, Coach. It's always good seeing you. Stay warm on the bench again here tonight.
Will do. Thanks, Nick.
That's John Grubb, co-head coach of the Minot High Magicians. When we come back to the Planet Pizza pregame show, we'll dive further into the numbers. Then we'll face it off. It's the Magi and Bottineau Braves at the Lumberdome tonight. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Both teams are on the ice for tonight's West Region Affair. Bottineau in their home whites with the purple. Minot Highs in the road maroons tonight. We're at the Lumberdome, and they're giving the official introductions inside this storied venue. Should be a fun one here tonight. Planet Pizza can be reached tonight at 701-852-1700. They'll deliver for you tonight. Planet Pizza truly is out of this world with the best pizza in town. Here's who to watch for tonight in this contest. Ian Amsbot leads the way for Bottineau Rugby. 19 goals, 7 assists for 26 points in his sophomore campaign. The freshman Matt Olson has 10 points on the year, 7 points for Landon Rosendahl, 4 points for Jaden Handelin. That's who leads the way for Bottineau Rugby. Goaltender Tyler Olson, as Larry mentioned, 91.5 save percentage and a 3.21 goals against average. He goes against Trey Sortland tonight on the 90% save percentage and 2.4 goals against average. Sortland has one shutout in his sophomore campaign. He's 3-4 on the year. Here's who leads the way for the Magi on the scoring side of things in their 3-6 campaign inside the West Region. By the way, Bottineau Rugby's 1-7. 3-6 campaign for the Magicians, and John Grubb and Jason Bennett's fifth year as the head coaching staff. Peyton Fillion leads them, 12 points on the year for him, 3 goals, 9 assists for the junior. 9 points for Aiden Morelli, 7 goals. He's the team goal leader in his sophomore campaign. The senior Mason Deal's got 9 points on the year, 5 for Casey Feld. Nick Murphy's got 5. Jack Plemmel's got 4, and a couple of those coming in the most recent matchups. Minot High, 4-9 overall in the year. 4-8 for the Bottineau Braves. When we come back, Larry will have the play-by-play for you. I'll have the color commentary, and we'll face it off inside the Lumberdome. Minot High, the Bottineau Braves tonight from the Lumberdome. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Systems go for lunch. Frequent supper times up front. T-minus now. It's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun. There's room for everyone. Don't be an area to Planet Pizza. Space for Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
God bless our servicemen and women. God bless our veterans. God bless America. Minot High and Bottineau tonight, live at the Lumberdome here on 1390 KRRZ and at ProStyleProduction.com. That puts a cap on the Planet Pizza pregame show. Nick Hulberg alongside of the gentleman to my left tonight that's got the play-by-play duties. Larry, take it away tonight.
Thanks, Nick. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the battle between Minot High School and the Bottineau Braves. Bottineau Braves down one more time. Talking to goaltender Tyler Olson before they get this going. The Magicians in the huddle to our left over by the suite viewing on the windows that are still there. People come real early and fight for that heated area to watch games here at the Lumberdome. As Nick said, 10 degrees outside and probably 0 here in the Lumberdome. But right now, as of right now, there's no wind in the Lumberdome, so there will not be a wind chill factor.
Beautiful.
Face-off right in front of us at center ice. Taking the face-off will be Fillion. Zon Murphy is out there with him, as is Aiden Morelli. The Magicians dump it on into the Brave zone. The Braves end up with the puck. Number 16, Amsbaugh, dumps it off the boards, and running it down his bone break He'll hit it off the boards, and taking it on the go on the right wing is Murphy. Looking for a pass. He'll take it down the sideboards and dump it behind the net. A Brave player falls down there behind the net as the Magician. Fillion digs for it. Fillion is on the half wall, and now the puck comes out of the zone, and having to regroup is Murphy. Murphy gives it to Bonebreak. He'll dump it in, and hanging on for the save is Tyler Olson.
Well, nice save there by Olson. 36 seconds into the first period. Big game tonight for the Magi from Minot High. They've lost 5 in a row, and in those last 5 games, Larry, they've been outscored 25-10.
Face off to the right of Olson coming up. Once again, we're up in the bird's nest. We have no view of the players' benches. There's a save by Olson. Also, anything here on the close wall sometimes is hard for us to see. The puck comes back to the point, and Thongfet sends it out of the rink, and we'll have a face-off. Where are they going to bring this one to? It is going to come outside, it looks like. The linesman standing right on the blue line. Now he'll go to the dot. 16:15 remaining in the first period. The face-off won by the Braves. They'll dump it down to the Magician blue line. We're fighting for it right there is Thongfet. He's got company by number 25, Jesse Mattern. Mattern tries to center it, comes through the slot, and a dump-in shot attempted by Rashinsky. Of course, his dad being the mentor of the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, Riley Rybczynski, the sophomore. Big slap shot from the blue line. Hit traffic inside the zone on the dump-in attempt, so the faceoff comes back out to center on the offside call charge to the Braves.
Stenberg wins the draw. He goes back to Deal. Deal can't move with it. Now Deal's got it. Tries to bring it across the line. It's actually Plemmel got in the way, and now Deal again looking for Plemmel. Plemmel's in the slot, but no one saw him, and the puck comes back out to the center ice. Now Thongfet's got it. He'll dump it in, chasing it, and taking a shot is Plemmel. He misses it, hits the goal line extended, and now on the far near boards, picking it up is Stenberg. Stenberg feeds it over to Plemmel. A good shot, saved by Olson. Puck still in the corner. Plemmel trying to center it out again. The Braves defense struggling to try to get it out, and finally flipping it out is Rashinsky. Taking it right back in is Riley Opperud. Opperud splits 2 defensemen and tries to center it. Goes behind the net. There's a shot. Still staying out there is Stenberg. He needs a change. The Braves get it out of the zone, and now Stenberg's going to be able to make it to the bench. The Magicians now across the red line. They'll dump it up to the blue line where Riley Opperud has it, and he shovels it in behind the net. And now fighting for it back there is Derwin Hauser. Hauser still fighting, comes out almost to the dot. The Braves take it away. They hit the referee. And now the Braves get it in their own zone, and skating around and resetting is Omsbaugh.
Wow.
Omsbaugh now across the red line. He'll dump it on in. Skating there and getting there first is Hauser. Hauser ricochets it off the glass and sends it back out. Handelin now gets the puck, and he comes on over to the near side. It's picked off by number 16 of the Magicians, Hillman. Hillman fighting hard behind the net, trying to help him out there is Feld. And taking the shot from the blue line is Drady, and a kick save by Olson. The Braves now get it and get it out of the zone. It comes off the stick of Opperud. Opperud tries to shovel it forward, but it comes to the Brave defense and dumping it all the way back in. Oh, and a bouncer on Sortland. He had to be careful with that one. And now the Magicians on a line change. Both teams change it up. The Magicians try to hit a long pass. Now it's at the Brave blue line as a couple of players fall there. And now handling the puck is Adam Handelin. Handelin tries to dump it up the boards, but it ricochets off the center line, and it was tipped. It will not be icing. Jaden Luck now out for the first time, along with Hunter Cope. And now Deal back on the point gives it away, and it comes back to, that was Josh Drady, not Deal. And now the Magicians try to get it out of the zone. The Brutes hang it in. Handelin takes one shot. It's blocked. Takes another shot. Stick save by Sortland. Goes over to the far corner. Boy, this crowd making all sorts of noise in the Lumberdome as Alex Hardy loses the puck. And now coming up with it is number 36 for the Magicians, Nick, and I do not have him on my roster.
That's Kate Acree for the Magi, and he went coast to coast and tucked one on the glove side hand of the netminder number 1, Tyler Olson. He made the save. 12:59 to play in a scoreless first period. Minot High dominating in the early portions of the hockey game so far. They've got the shots at 4-1. The Magi in favor early.
I was also told by a Magician fan last week that it's Casey Field instead of Feld. I guess I don't know how to pronounce that one. Opperud's shot just wings over the crossbar, goes in behind the net. Opperud will stop it again on the wall, dump it back in again to the short boards to Murphy. Murphy a shot. Olsen another save as bodies fly into the wall, and Morelli tries to dump it in. That's picked off by Riley Bieberdorf, and now the Braves should be able to break out of the zone. Here's Amsbaugh. He'll try to headman it to Rosenthal, and now Amsbaugh goes down. No call on that. The Magicians go the other way and going to dump it all the way back down. That should be an icing. Nope, they waved it off. And now the Magicians out. There's going to be a penalty now as the fight behind the net coming out front. And the whistle blows. You can't even hear the whistle in here, Nick.
Well, opportunity there for the Magi. Should have been an icing on the play, but the icing was not called. And it ends up resulting in a stop of the play. Who's going to the box here waiting on the call? It's Ian Amsbaugh, 16 of the sin bin. I didn't see the call on Amsbaugh with the arms in the air. Referees having a conversation in the circle now, but nevertheless, first power play of the night for the Magi. Their first coming at 12:05 to play here in the first period. Still a scoreless game, and it's a roughing on Ian Amsbaugh.
Yeah, he'll go in at the 4:55 mark here in the period. The Magicians win the draw. Let's see how the Magicians' power play does. Bone break. Gets it on over to Deal. Deal down into the corner to Stenberg. Tries to go back to the point to Deal. Getting it instead is Bone break. Stenberg now back to Bone break again. Bone break over on the other side to Plemmel. Plemmel throws it into the slot. It's picked off by defenseman Rashinsky. And then the Braves dump it all the way down the ice. Going back to get it is Plemmel. He'll skate behind his net. And now he comes up on the far side across the blue line, across the red line, across the blue line, all by himself, deflected by the defense. And then a big save by Olsen. Handelin stopped the first shot, and then Plemmel fired it again, and Olsen makes the save. Back to the point again, Plemmel the shot, and this time Olsen down on the pads, and he'll hang on.
Well, Minot High putting some good pressure on here early. You have to know that Minot High has won 12 straight against the Bottineau Braves all the way back to the 20th of January 2014. That's the night that Harrison Aid and the Bottineau Braves won 9-6 here on this ice surface, but Minot High has had a dominating run against Bottineau in the recent years.
Fillion tries to go across the pond, and it gets picked off and dumped all the way down, and now the Magicians trying to regroup. The Braves with 1-4 checker in. The Magicians break it out across their blue line. Here comes Fillion. He's across the blue. He'll cut into the slot. Backhand. Olsen the save. Rebound. Score!
Well, Fillion made an excellent play. Put the shot on goal. Olsen made the first stop, and guess who's on the doorstep? It's Aiden Morelli, and he's there to tuck home goal number 8 on the year. Point number 10. Leading point getter for the Magi. Fillion has the assist on Morelli's team leading 8th of the year. The Magi score the power play 1-0 here at the Lumberdome with 10:51 to play in the first.
Nick will listen for the announcement of the assist. We might have maybe missed that already. Yeah, Morelli's been a goal-scoring machine lately, getting 3 last Thursday at Mesa. Now with 1 here in Bottineau, the Braves win the draw. They'll send it all the way down. We're equal strength again now as the Magicians lead at 1-0, and here they come again. This time coming on out of the zone is Jacob Feast. He forwards it to Casey Feld. Feld fighting for it in the corner and taking a shot as Hunter Cope. A shot at the Brave player. Now he comes on out. Cope tries to stuff it. Works hard. Gets it back again in the corner. Now the Magicians trying to strap for it in the near at the far board. It comes around behind the net to Hanlon. He'll try to ring it around, but stopping it on the blue line is Gabriel Thongfett. Thongfett goes into the zone, and now it comes back to the point, and a big glove save by Olsen on a shot from the point by Feast.
Yeah, nice play there from Jacob Tice, number 4 for the Magi. They had the goal call inside the arena. It was Morelli from Fillion. And I was unable to catch the third name on the goal for the Magi. Regardless, 6:08, 6:09 time of the goal. Morelli's 8th of the year. Power play tally, and the Magi are up 1.
Another shot into Olsen. He calmly kicks that into the corner, and the Magicians still scrap for it. Braves having a real hard time getting it out of their zone, and here they come. All by himself. It's going to be Matt Olsen, and taking him out against the boards is Ashton Hillman. So the Magicians get the puck back, and fighting for it is Amsbaugh. Magician goes down, no call up into the netting, and the face-off will be to the right of Trey Sortland.
Well, they've got the shots in the arena on the board at 7-2 in favor of the Magi, and I have to think that Minot High is putting a few more on the Bottineau Braves here tonight. Really like the way that Minot High came out of the gate swinging tonight with a point to prove. Some of those senior guys, Jack Plemmel's one of them, upperclassman I should say, Plemmel a junior, but he's one that stands off the paper to me right now. He's really grinding. He's got the chance here.
Hustling and trying to get it is Plemmel. He's in the zone by himself, but he centers it in front. And a shot by Deal, and that hits legs. A big hustle play by the Braves to get back, and that might have saved them one. Now working forward is Stenberg over. He's in the near corner. Hard to see down there. Stenberg gives him a shot into the boards, and the Braves get it out of the zone as it's dumped out by Matt Olsen. And I think it's going to be a penalty call here. Looks like an interference.
Interference will be called on Kyler Stenberg. First power play of the night for the Bottineau Braves comes out, and this is the situation that you don't want to allow Bottineau to receive on this ice surface, and that's when they get the extra attacker for 2 minutes. This building is known for the quick bounces off the end wall and the quick ice. When they've got a guy like 16 out there, Amsbaugh is not on the ice right now for him. Not sure where he's at, but regardless, power play on for the Braves nevertheless.
7:49 the time of that penalty, but here comes Fillion shorthanded. He winds into the zone, gets behind the net, walks out front, and Olsen stops it with the stick to keep Fillion from doing the wraparound. Now the Braves with the puck. It's Jesse Matter trying to get it out. He goes to McFalll Costa, and Costa can't get it out, and now Thongfet's going to dump it back in. So the Braves on the power play, but right now the Magicians have abandoned a tight shot from a bad angle. Saved by Olsen on that shot by Nick Murphy. Murphy gets it back again. He gets in the way there. A nice defensive play by Murphy. And Fillion tries to swoop it all the way in, but it's cut off on the blue line by Rashinsky. Now here comes Amsbaugh. He'll come over, cut around the dot. He's going to try a wraparound, and he's plastered into the boards behind the net. A nice defensive play by Tatum Hertz, the senior for the Magicians. The Braves still fighting for it. The Magi can't get it out. It comes to the point. Skating in his handle, and he'll take a shot way over the crossbar. Rebound comes right out to Tanner Lord. He can't get the job done, and here comes the Magicians. It's defenseman Thongfet in by himself around the circle. Good defensive play by the Braves. Thongfet now just killing time, holding it in the near corner. Still fighting two Braves for it. He's still got the puck, and now here comes Amsbaugh. It's a 1-on-2. Sneaking up quickly behind him, though, is Hauser. And Amsbaugh pulls up, circles around, and now, wow, shoots it off almost the roof of the dome. And the face-off will be to the right of Sortland.
Ian Amsbaugh is a special player, like we mentioned in the pregame show, brought to you by Planet Pizza, 11th in North Dakota in scoring. That comes in 12 games. He's got 26 points. You remember the name Luke Amsbaugh? Well, he was number one in the state with 65 points in 2015. They're similar style players, and man, is he fun to watch when he gets skating, isn't he?
7:22 remaining now here in period number one. Here comes the Magicians again, skating it in. Was bone break. He gets nailed and falls down, and the Braves get the puck.
Full strength.
Thanks, Nick. Both teams full strength. Again, the Magicians go back into their own zone, and Cope tries to hit a long pass to Stenberg. That doesn't work, but the Braves touched it, so now the Magicians can go in and get it. Stenberg in the near corner tries to work his way out of the corner. Mattern says no thanks, and he'll block him out and get it out of the zone. Firing it right back in is Bone Break, who takes a big hit and pays for it, and Olsen ends up freezing the puck with 6:45 remaining in the first period.
Well, I like the way Minot High is bringing the intensity early on in this hockey game. That's maybe one of the big things that I've noticed about the Magi. You just can't take any shifts off, and so far tonight the Magicians haven't done that. They've gotten off the bus with a full idea of their plan tonight. They're executing well.
Shot from the point that time by Tatum Hertz. That hits Olsen's pad, and now the whistle blows. And we've got a penalty.
The goaltender Olsen stuck out the goal stick and tripped Stenberg. So the Magicians will go back to the power play here, Larry. 6:38 to play in the first period. Minot High is up by a goal. And somebody from the Bottineau bench will have to serve it, as the Magicians will be going back to the power play, and serving the penalty is Adam Nelson, number 10 for Bottineau.
That penalty comes at 10 minutes and 22 seconds here of period number 1. And the Magicians back on the power play again, as Nick said. Face-off will be to the left of Olsen with 6:38 remaining in period number 1. Face-off won by the Magicians. It comes back to the point to Plemmel. Plemmel will coast it over to the other point to Fillion. Takes the shot, rings all the way around to Plemmel here on the near boards. He'll go over to the far defenseman. Taking a shot in there once again is Fillion. And that is once again knocked down and dumped all the way down the ice by the Braves. 1:40 left on the power play. 6:15 remaining in period number 1. Here they come again. Whistle blows. There's stuff going on behind the play.
Interference will be called on Ben Bonebrake, but how about the play from Trey Sortland? Kind of like a game of pool. He shot the puck off the side boards at the blue line, connected with Stenberg. They had a 3-on-2 back into the zone. But meanwhile, it was Bonebrake being charged with 2-minute interference call, so we'll skate 4-on-4 for the next minute 34. 26 seconds of power play time for the Braves after that, with Minot High up 1-0 midway through the first.
So the Magicians only get a 27-second power play before that's disrupted. And now, as Nick said, we are 4-on-4. The Magicians carrying it out again, though, over the blue line. And it's going to be an offside call, as Thongfet was in just a little bit early across the line.
Well, I liked what Minot High's power play was doing. They were trying to execute and move the puck around the top of the perimeter nicely. A nice play generated, a nice power play. I like their system that they're running there. Would have been a one-time opportunity to the back of the net for Deal. He just miscued on the last attempt, but now again we're back to 4-on-4 with 5:55 to play here in the first.
Magicians now in their own zone. Deal it out nicely. Here comes Philly, and he's on a 1-on-2. And as he tries to cut around the defense, he loses an edge and falls down. And Bieberdorf now dumps it around, but somehow getting the puck is Aiden Morelli. Morelli looking for Philly and just missed him. And that's going to go all the way down. They ruled that it got tipped and no icing. Excuse me, that was the Magicians shooting it down into their own zone. Now dumped it off the boards, and here comes Nick Murphy. Murphy gets his pocket picked by Rushinsky, and now Murphy dealing over on the goal line, extended on the far side. Still looking. Now he comes to the point, and he's going to take a wristy, and that's right into the midsection of Olsen, and he'll hang on.
Well, Olsen's been busy here in the first period. He goes to the butterfly to make his recorded 9th save on the 10th shot for the Magi in the early portions. I would guess that number is probably more like 15 in period number 1.
Braves are going to have a 26-second power play here in about a half a minute. Puck goes way up in the air. Gloving it and dropping it is Mattern. He can't get it out of the zone. Feld will dump it in behind, and here comes Amsbaugh. Maybe prepare yourself for a rink-long rush again, but it's stolen from him by Nick Murphy. Murphy tries to center it in front. Can't quite get it where he wanted it. Amsbaugh picks it up and brings it all the way down in, loses it, and now Feld will wheel around behind Sortland, and Feld does not see the open winger. And now it's carried in. Oh, almost a great move that time by Tatum Hertz. He almost got around the defense to go in alone. And now shooting it down into the corner is Feld. Still fighting it for it there is Nick Murphy. Murphy now goal line extended far boards. He'll center it right into the slot and just missing it. Missing that pass that time. Can't see the number from my angle here.
Both teams are full strength.
Full strength, thank you, as he just missed Derwin Hauser. Hauser comes out of the zone and then dumps it back in. 4 minutes remaining in period number 1. Wheeling and dealing with it is Ashton Hillman. He'll send it into the corner. He'll fight for it. He almost gets it. And the Magicians, Hunter Cope's going to get a penalty. Unless they both go, Nick.
Looks like they are going to take them both. Delay of game or on sportsmanlike roughing, you'll take your pick. Regardless, we'll stay 5-on-5. Let's go back to about the 4:35 mark here of the period. Amsbaugh made an excellent play at center ice and walked in on Riley Oprud. Oprud stripped the puck from him and then laid the body on him. Amsbaugh went to the ice. Oprud was right there with him, and they had a conversation. And Riley Oprud saying, good luck here tonight. Didn't look friendly. I know those guys play some summer hockey together.
Yeah, I don't think there's any friendships during the 51 minutes of the game. The puck once again bumped into the Bottineau end. Going into the corner to get it is Plemmel. Now Stenberg gets it. He centers it to Deal. Deal loses it. Comes to the point, though, for a shot by Tice. Tice now to Deal. Deal in the slot. That gets blocked by legs. I believe Bieberdorf blocked that one. Bieberdorf blocks another one from Deal. Good job by the defense there. And now the Magicians still keep it in. There's Stenberg dancing on the blue line like Fred Astaire. Takes the shot. Olsen, the glove save. Puck's loose. Down, and whistle finally blows. Does Olsen have it? Yes, he does.
Well, he got it in the catching mitt. Minot High had 2 or 3 excellent opportunities. Stenberg, the reason for one of those. Mason Deal having a bit of a hard time corralling the puck in front of the net when he finally did. He let one unload on Olsen that made an excellent stop. It remains 1-0 in favor of the Magi with 3:06 to play in the first. But Minot High's buzzing.
Yes, they are. It comes back to the point again. Bone break is denied. And now the puck stolen from him and dumped forward to Matt Olsen. Matt Olsen being heckled severely from behind on a nice back check. And now the puck shot over Trey Sortland's head into the glass windows. Good back check in there by Ashton Hillman.
Well, it's no secret in my mind that Minot High should come out of here with a win tonight. When you look at the two programs and the records and what both teams have to offer, that is certainly not a guarantee when you're in the Lumberdome in Bottineau. 1-7, though, in the West region for the Braves this year. But Minot High really putting the foot to the gas pedal tonight. Like what they're doing early in this contest.
Fillion now streaks on in. He'll center it, and another save by Olsen. Somehow got a pad on it, as I believe that was Morelli that almost tucked it in. Now Fillion shoots one up over the cage. Goes into the near goal line extended. Fighting for it there is Fillion. He can't get it. Amsbaugh says that puck's mine. And he's going to flip it out to the blue line to Rosenthal. And now Rosenthal doesn't dump it in very far on the line change. The Magicians already at the red line, but they mishandle it. Now the Braves will dump it the rest of the way in. That's Amsbaugh that gets it done. And now the Magicians trying to bring it back out again. Murphy again, right at center line, tries to pass it over to Aiden Morelli. He'll chop it in from the blue line. It goes all the way in behind the net, and another change for the Magicians. Now the Braves try to get it out. It's an errant pass. Hillman ends up with it. He's on his belly. He'll get up and try to shove it into the corner. He's still fighting for it on the half wall. And finally the Braves say that's enough. They're going to dump it all the way down and take the ice with 1:40 remaining in the first period.
Well, Minot High doing a nice job at all 3 ends of the arena. Offensive, defensive, and neutral ice zone. Minot High brings out line number 3, if you will. Hillman with Hauser and Feld. The depth of the Magicians really starting to show here in the later portions of the season.
Centered right through the blue paint. Olsen lets it skitter by into the corner. Fighting for it now down in the corner is Hillman. Boy, is he a scrapper tonight. Hillman fighting hard, gets the puck, skates on in, and can't get a shot off as the door closed. It was like the movie, it was almost like the movie Gauntlet with Clint Eastwood as he tried to go through there. There just wasn't enough room. Now a battle over in the far corner as Jaden Handelin gets into it with Derwin Hauser. Hauser comes back to the point to Thongfed. He'll fire it all in and all the way to the far corner. 1 minute remaining in the first period as Feld is digging for it there in the corner, and coming out with it is Jesse Mattern. Mattern can't get anywhere with it. Boy, ferocious forecheck by the Magicians tonight in the Bottineau zone, even though the scoreboard only shows 1-0. They still have the puck. Another nice play by Feld. He'll wind it around to the other corner. The Magicians still in control, and finally Adam Nelson gets it and flips it to center. But the Magicians right back in. Here comes Feld. He's got 13. Hauser with him. There's the shot, goes off the backboards, trickles over now, over to the far wall. And it comes all the way out to the neutral zone where Plemmel tries to wheel it. He gets intercepted. Opperud gets it, and now here comes Stenberg. Stenberg will fire it in, and a glove save from the blue line by Olsen, and he wants to hang on.
Tatum Hurts had 2 hits on that opportunity, or on that drive, I should say, for the Magicians. He laid some bodies out there. Definitely a physical aspect to the Magicians game tonight, and they're not letting off yet.
7.4 remain. They win the draw. Can they make something happen? Olsen comes way out of his cage to stop that one. 1 second, 0. That's it. That's the end of the first period here from the Lumberdome. We'll be back with the intermission report. 1 in the books in the Lumberdome. The score: the Bottineau Braves 1, the Minot Magicians 1. The Bottineau Braves, nothing.
Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knop. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
ProStyleProduction.com.
Planet Pizza. 4 systems go for lunch. Frequent supper times a crunch. 2 T-minus now. It's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun. There's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank. One likes reading history novels. The other likes dressing up like the cat from Kiss. They're the voices of Magi Hockey. Let's get back to the press box with Nick Hulberg and Larry McFalll.
Welcome back to the Lumberdome. We're at the intermission report as the Olympia resurfacer makes its way around the ice surface. 17 minutes in the books. The Magicians lead at 1-0, Nick. And it turned into a real big barrage for the Magicians there at the end of the first period where they really started firing on Tyler Olson. Olson ends up with 17 saves on 18 shots. Trey Sortland only tested 3 times. But as you and I both know, even though they're carrying the play completely and they're looking really good, we're both pleased at how they look. Up in this place, one bounce for the home team, you got a tie hockey game.
Well, there's a couple things that really stand off the paper to me tonight when watching this matchup that you really know on the stat sheet when there's 17 saves on 18 shots. Bottineau has really had an Achilles heel of not having a solid goaltender up here for so many years. When you talk about guys like Eric Herbel, you talk about guys like Harrison Aid, Milliken, Longy, goes down the list, Amsbond, Noah Grant. Their problem has always been that their goaltending has been just a little bit suspect. And keep in mind, there's not a whole lot you can do with those situations. But now that they've got a goaltender, Tyler Olson, coming into tonight's game, sitting on that .915 save percentage and .321 goals against average, all of a sudden you got a kid back there in Olson that's hanging him in this hockey game. And my goodness, it really stands off, the stat sheet to you there. But one thing that, isn't on the stat sheet that really stands off the ice surface to me tonight is Ian Amsbaugh is another level of a player, and he's only young. He's a sophomore. Wait till that kid gets a little bit bigger, a little more time to develop into a man physically in that stature. He's only going to get better and better, but, man, he's crafty with the puck, and you do not want to give him much open space because if you give it to him, you know that he'll capitalize on that. On the side of things for the Magi, if I'm John Grubb, Jason Bennett, I'm sitting back in the room right now, and I almost have to have a smile on my face knowing that that's maybe the best first period of hockey that the Magicians have seen all year long. They came off the bus. They came ready to go. Yes, it's not a top-tier opponent like a Century or a Bismarck High, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. We're at the time of the year where you need to be playing like this if you want a shot to be in the top 3, top 4, headed into the West Region Tournament on your home ice. I think the Magicians should definitely be happy with where they are after the end of the first period.
I think definitely, too. They kind of shut Amsbaugh down. It seemed like every time he got the puck in the zone, there was 1 or 2 guys right on him. If he tried to cut down the middle, there was always somebody there keeping the puck in the zone. They really handcuffed him, I think, pretty well. And the Magicians have a couple guys that are really working hard on the forecheck and the back check. And what stands out to me right now, one of those players that I think is really working hard for the Magicians is Ashton Hillman. He's not afraid to get in there, and he's been really stirring it up and causing a lot of grief there down in the Bottineau end. So the only goal of the game, Aiden Morelli on an assist from Fillion, and I think there was one more assist. We can't hear the announcer in here, and we don't get score sheets, so we'll just have to let you know that at a later date. But we do have Morelli from Fillion at least on the power play at the 6:09 mark. The penalties, 3 on each team, 3 on Bottineau, and 3 on the Magicians for 6 minutes each. So the hot chocolate is just flying into the press box here. Last year we were promised hot chocolate, and we didn't get any, and of course I whined about it. Now we've got hot chocolate from John Willert and Brandon McFalll the first time, Pete Stenberg the second time, and now another cup comes up from
the
Morellis. So, is that mine or yours?
Well, how many? I mean, here's the problem, McFall, up here in this little tiny press box.
Now we have no room for my clipboard because we've got 6 cups of hot chocolate.
Well, that and the other thing is this ladder is so you go down once and come up once a night. You don't. I mean, there's no bathroom up here.
No, there is no. We have to hold it in all day. But working at the Playground of Power with you in the summertime, in the press box with like 945 steps to get to the top of the grandstand, I'm used to this. I never go down anyway. I'm well trained.
21 years for you. Will it be 22 this year? 21 or 22?
This will be the 22nd year at the Nodak Speedway.
Nodak Speedway Hall of Famer.
14th year at Williston. They just contacted me. They want me to come back there. Going to do some fill-in time up in Estevan. And the Southwest Speedway in Dickinson asked me if I'd be their full-time announcer again this year. They asked me last year, and when I committed, they had decided that wasn't going to happen, and now they want me again. But I told them with Estevan and Williston I can't work it out. So, yeah, but you train
with
for
the
bathroom.
dirt track.
You train for bathroom breaks when you're announcing dirt track racing in the summer.
Well, you're doing a good job with the call, the play-by-play tonight. When we come back, Larry will have more of it. Second period's next. Minot High leads 1-0 at the end of one from the Lumberdome here in Bottineau. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
On the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knop. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
ProStyleProduction.com.
Planet Pizza. Systems go for lunch. Frequent supper times up front. T-minus now. It's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun. There's room for everyone. From me and Marianne to Planet Pizza.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank. They travel together, but in separate vehicles. The voices of Magi Hockey. Here's Nick Hulberg and Larry McFalll.
Well, hockey fans, welcome back to the Lumberdome. The teams have just taken the ice, and we are ready for period number 2. The Magicians now defending the north end of the building as Trey Sortland scuffs up his goalie crease, and Olsen doing the same down to our left towards the suites on the south side of the rink. You have said before, and Rob Hall have always said, going from left to right on your radio dial. I don't say that because I don't want to steal your guys' line. Plus, nobody has a radio dial anymore. So if they're listening on digital, I don't really know to tell them which direction to go. So I just don't say anything.
I know other play-by-play guys like that too.
Yeah, there is no left or right on the radio dial. Face off at center ice.
We're still on 1390, by the way.
1390
is the radio dial.
Yes, it is.
If you're in the vehicle.
True. The Braves work it down into the Magician zone. Down by the goal line, extended close board. Zomsbach gets it now, skates on out to the slot. takes a shot, and Sortland the save.
Well, it's key for Trey Sortland tonight to stay warm down there. That's only his 4th shot registered in the hockey game tonight, and that's what I'm talking about giving Luke Absbaugh some area and some room to work with. You can see what he does with it. Nice opportunity, nice save from Trey Sortland.
Yeah, you cannot let him come through the slot again. And this time he feeds it through the paint of the goalie crease, nobody home. And now Murphy walks it down inside the Brave zone. He gets on in, he's looking for Morelli out front, but Murphy's being heckled severely by Bieberdorf. And he finally gets it behind the net to Morelli. Morelli now stops quickly, changes direction, has it right behind the cage, trying to bring it out as Fillion as he can. And it's worked up the boards, but Ben Bonebreak keeps it in and shoots it off the boards. And it now goes to the far near boards, where fighting for it there is Riley Opperud. Opperud will dump it back into the right of Olsen. They fight for it in the corner. The Braves come up with it. It's Handelin. He centers it into the slot, but Deal gets it and tries to throw it to center. And the Magicians are going to take advantage and change. And a whiffed dumping pass gets taken by Stenberg, but there's an offside at the blue line.
Well, earlier in the first period when I spoke about the Magicians winning 12 straight all the way back to the middle of January 2014, in that time frame since 2014, the Magicians have outscored Bottineau 92-18, Larry. They really have dominated in that time. Tonight, only a 1-0 affair early in the second.
That's why the Braves would just love to win this, as the Magicians dump it down from the neutral zone all the way to Olsen. He gets down on the pillows, and he's going to hang on.
Bottineau's always had players that have excelled at the next level. Harrison Aid was Mr. Hockey back in 2014. Played 5 years of high school varsity hockey. 299 points in those 5 years. How about those numbers?
Stenberg takes a backhand from the hash marks, just fires it wide. And now the Braves, Rashinsky, try to work it up the boards to Costa. But Costa can't get it out. And the Magicians, once again, just like the first period, they're really forechecking and keeping it in the zone. Now from the top of the blue line, taking the shot is Hillman. And now finally the Braves dump it out all the way down. It's not going to be an ice. And Thongfet's going to have to wheel it around. Nice ricochet pass off the boards to Stenberg. He's in quickly, but he loses it. And now the Braves pick it up behind their goal line, try to throw it to the point. Thongfet gets it. A nice tip by Deal, but once again blocked by Bieberdorf. I wonder how many pucks Bieberdorf has blocked tonight so far. Now the bounce off the boards and an opportunity to goal! Plemmel!
Third goal for Plemmel in the last 4 games, and it's fair to say that 12 Maroon is getting hot for the Magicians.
2:29 the time of the goal. It came off the backboards, and Hauser shoveled it in front, and Plemmel finished it off as Olsen was down. One of those quick bounces off the boards that you see once in a while, and it happens there. I'm going to say 12 from 13. We'll wait for the official announcement as the Magicians bring it in again. This time I think it's Bonebreak. Oh, shot at a goal! Centering pass coming from Feld out front. Did not see who pounded that one home, Nick.
That's going to be Hauser's first varsity point, or first varsity goal, Larry.
Unbelievable. He just got the assist, and now he gets a goal. And that comes at 2:42. We'll wait to see who got the assist on that goal for the Magicians. And all of a sudden, the Magi up 3-0. Once again, they dump it in. The Magicians relentless. Hillman dumps it in. Olsen goes to the back to get it, wings it around the boards, and Hillman gets it back again. He boots it into the slot, and now fighting for it behind the goal line is Feld. He'll try to come to the point to Opperud, but he misses them, and it goes all the way down the ice. Icing was called. I heard Tice mentioned. So they gave an assist on the first goal to Tice.
It's actually the first one was Deal and Hauser, Plemmel's goal. So Plemmel scored his 5th point of the year, 3rd goal. Hauser and Deal get the assist on it, Larry. And then the 3rd goal for the Magi was Hauser's first as a varsity player, assisted by Casey Field.
The people playing the music tonight must like Kiss like me. We've heard Lick It Up and Rock and Roll all night already. As the puck comes to the blue line, firing it in through a lot of legs. Olsen sees it, though, on his pads on the shot by Drady, and he'll hang on.
Well, I think this second period is a clear indicator of how hungry Minot High is for a win, losing 5 in a row. The Magicians certainly looking for a confidence builder tonight. And in their game, I am not seeing many things that you wouldn't rate in the B+ to A+ category for the Magicians tonight. They are dominating this hockey game. 3-0 the lead. They also lead the shot category, Larry, 23-4.
Cope tries to get it to Acri. That didn't work, and now the puck goes all the way down the zone. And dancing around with it is Opperud. He goes behind the net and actually throws it away to Amsbaugh on the blue line. And the Magicians will play it with the high stick. And the faceoff's going to come back down into the Minot zone with 13-12 remaining in the second period.
Well, nice to see some of those guys getting on the score sheet for the Magicians. How about Jack Plemmel? 3 goals in the last 4 games for him. He's got 5 points now on the season.
Yeah, kind of an interesting story. He got put down to 4th line and wasn't playing very much. Kind of a message sender. Here comes the Magicians. Fillion trying to go to Morelli, but Olsen gets in the way and knocks it behind the net. And now the Magicians fight for it on the goal line, extended near boards. It comes to the point to Opperud. Now centered way over to the other point, and there's the shot coming in, I believe, by Bonebreak. And the glove saved by Olsen. He got put on the 4th line, wasn't playing much in the Jamestown game. Kind of a message sender by the coaches, and after that, he's exploded with goals and assists. So Plemmel has came to play here tonight.
Well, Plemmel's one of those guys that you really look forward this year to have a breakthrough season after a nice sophomore campaign.
Another shot all the way in from the point, but Olsen sees it all the way and gloves that shot by Thongfed.
Plemmel had 14 points last year. That came in 23 games, 6 goals, 8 assists. He's been very quiet to start the year here this year, but certainly turning it up as of late.
Face-off won by the Magicians, dumped once again back to the blue line where Tice now dances. He'll fire a shot, and Olsen sees it all the way again. The Magicians getting shots on goal from the blue line, but not enough traffic in front to throw off Olsen.
Olsen having a superb game here tonight. 26 shots on goal. He stopped 23 of them. And not much he could have done on the 3 that he's given up here at the Lumberdome.
Magicians once again win the draw, and Morelli tries to take it right to the net. And he is stopped, and he'll steal it again and force Amsbaugh to go back behind the net again. Let's see what Amsbaugh does. He's looking for a pass, once again deflected by Fillion. Fillion and Morelli doing a great job keeping it in, and now slapping it in from the blue line. On defense is number 21, Opperud. Now stealing it again is Aiden Morelli keeping it in. He'll fire it off Fillion by the hash mark, and it takes a weird bounce and rolls into Olsen's glove.
Well, Aiden Morelli with Peyton Fillion and Nick Murphy as the quote-unquote top line for the Magicians. These guys really starting to hit their stride. We saw that in the Bismarck High game. They were good for 3 of the 4 goals late in the third period.
Deal back to the point to Bonebreak. He takes the shot and hits a skate as the Magicians still dominating in the zone. Deal takes another shot, saved by Olsen. Rebound comes right out front. They can't get their sticks on it, and Amsbaugh finally trying to get it out of the zone, but Mason Deal says no, and he stays on him, and Amsbaugh has to dump it all the way in. Sortland will hold it up for Opperud. Opperud gets bodied by Amsbaugh. Amsbaugh trying to battle by himself in the corner, flips it up towards the blue line and not out. Keeping it in is Adam Nelson, and now it finally comes out of the zone all the way down into the Braves' end. Amsbaugh tries to tip it in, and now he'll dump it in, and I think he'd go for a change. Oh, there's some action right down on the wall. It looks like Bonebreak is going to get one for leveling Amsbaugh.
Well, maybe that's a penalty you take at this portion of the hockey game. Big Ben Bonebreak steamrolls. Ian Amsbaugh is going to the box on a 2-minute roughing call, the second power play of the night for the Bottineau Braves, but maybe a message being sent there from Bonebreak certainly has to be a part of the Magicians' game plan tonight. 11th best player in the state according to points is Ian Amsbaugh, the sophomore. You can rough him up a little bit and make his night not exactly easy. That's what you want to do.
5:50 will be the time of that penalty as the Braves did win the draw out to the point. They still have it on top. There's a shot. It goes in somehow. Sortland fell down. He thought he had it underneath him. And he laid there when the puck was over in the corner, and I think we've got a puck out of play.
Well, they've got the short glass here at the Lumber Dome. Only, what would you call that, 3.5 foot?
Yeah, it's 4-foot glass.
All the way up the side boards. It hit the protective mesh back at center now.
Yeah, a little different than 10 and 12. There's a shot that was going over the net. Sortland decides to give it a little help with the blocker. That could be dangerous on a deflection, and the Magicians dump it out and make the Braves go for it again. Well, I tell you what, this crowd hasn't quieted down at all here in the Lumber Dome, as they're still giving it everything they got. And the Magicians dump it in behind the net. Olsen gloves it, picks it up, and decides he's going to hang on. With 10:23 remaining in the second period here at the Lumber Dome, 3-0 Magicians.
Face-off coming to Olsen's glove side. He picked the puck up with his glove behind the goal line. So Minot High's unit comes out.
I actually thought that couldn't happen unless you had a part of you in the crease, but got by with that one. There's going to be a tripping call. Stenberg was tripped.
Man, Sortland got to the bench quick on the delayed penalty. Minute 7 remains. Minot High's called the bone break. After this, 53 seconds will come up a power play time for the Magicians. That will be their third power play of the night. Keep in mind they scored on their first power play opportunity. That was the goal from Aiden Morelli, his team best 8th of the year.
So that penalty comes at the 6:44 mark. There's a minute 7 left on the Magician penalty. 2 minutes now on the Bottineau penalty. The Magicians will get a little bit of a power play. It looks like about 53 seconds. And hand pass is called, and the Magicians will have to face it off in the neutral zone.
Well, if you missed the Planet Pizza pregame show tonight, you missed the news about Grand Forks Central putting it to Bismarck High. 10-1 was the final score at Purpur Arena today. That game was followed by Bismarck Century taking on Red River. Century got the win in that one. 4-2 was the final, so a split of the East vs. West showdown today.
Deal over the blue line as the Magicians had won the draw right to him. He skates it all the way out. Now Stenberg behind the net, trying to wheel and deal. He circles around, hash marks against the boards. He shoots it in on Olsen, and Olsen once again will dive and cover. And Olsen's almost got to feel like he's on an island right now, Nick.
Yeah, he certainly does. That's shot number 29 at 9:51 here in the second. So midway through the hockey game, he's on pace for 60 tonight. And he has been stellar in this performance. But the Magicians throwing everything at him and more.
Stenberg wheels and fires from the blue line. Olsen grabs the puck as it probably would have went high, but he's not going to wait to find that out. And the face-off will come to his left.
Well, that's been one thing about the Magicians all year. I've thought at times they could have been a little less fancy and fired the puck more. They're certainly doing that here tonight, and it proves to be beneficial.
Puck all the way into the Minot zone. Rosenthal had a chance, but he was out-hustled by the Magician defenseman Thongfet. Thongfet comes off the boards at center ice, and now Stenberg takes it on the blue line, feeds it to Deal. Deal moves on in short side, and that missed the net, and now a bouncing puck from the blue line, and Olsen covers it up right when Deal was going to pick his pocket.
Yeah, Deal looking for the goal in front of the blue paint, and Olsen denies Mason Deal, one of the captains for the Magicians, his 10th point of the year. Actually, he's got 10 with the assist tonight. Would have been his 11th of the year. Olsen stellar here tonight, Larry. Sorry about that.
Fillion with Morelli. Fillion wins the draw. He keeps it in. Goal line extended, far boards. But he loses the fight, and dumping it out of the zone is Mattern. And it's going to go all the way to Rosenthal, full strength. Now for the Magicians, here's the Magi power play. 46 seconds left on it. And Fillion tripped by the blue line. The crowd likes that here as he loses his edge. Morelli now trying to center it to Fillion. Fillion lurking right in front of the blue paint. And dicing around is Murphy. He gives it to the point to Opperud. Now behind the net, it's Feld. Feld takes a U-turn, skates behind the net, dumps it over here to the close corner to Fillion. He'll take a tough angle shot. Olsen, the save, comes to the point, fired in again by Opperud, and Olsen will hang on.
Riley Opperud, the right-handed shot, top of the circle, in between the top of the circle and the blue line. Opperud let that one buck. Nice opportunity there from Opperud. Olsen sat all the way, and he gobbled it up for Riley Opperud, still looking for his first goal as a varsity player. And in my mind, one of the most promising blue liners that the Magicians have here in his sophomore campaign.
Face off again in the Bottineau zone. Fought for in the corner. Going in to get it is Feld. He'll circle around. There's 7 seconds left on the power play. And Feld tries to work it out front, but Amsbaugh steals it, takes it behind the net. He'll try to reset. Fillion pokes it away. Now Fillion fights for it with Morelli as they both hound Amsbaugh. The Magicians have done a great job tonight of getting all over Amsbaugh, but here he still comes out of the zone. Almost got taken down there by Morelli, and the puck right underneath us at the center stripe goes into the Magician zone, and Murphy fires it off the stick.
By the way, Bottineau was successful on killing off the Magicians' third power play of the night.
Thank you, Nick. Feld had it for a second, but it's shot into the Bottineau zone and going in behind the net to get it to Handelin. Handelin's getting heckled by the Magicians, stopping it at the blue line. Oh, there's a centering pass. Oh, and just shooting it over the top of the net was Plemmel. As Drady had the puck at the blue line, he fired it on in, and Plemmel had it all alone. And now there's a tie-up in the corner. 2 Magicians, 2 Braves fighting over it. Now working his way out is Hauser. Hauser's having a career game tonight. Comes around, takes a shot, glove save by Olsen.
Well, Olsen also having a career game, Larry. He came into tonight's matchup 3-4 with a 3.21 goals against average and a 91% save percentage. He stopped 30 of 33 tonight. 7:11 to play here in the second. Minot High is up 3-0. And if you're David Hoff, the head coach of the Bottineau Braves, definitely have to be happy with the performance of your goaltender here tonight.
Boy, oh boy, you got that right. Ruchinski now skates it out of the zone, and he is taken down by a Magician. Number 13 again, he's all over the place. Derek Hauser, the fight's right underneath us by the players' benches and dumped all the way in to the Minot zone. Thongfett goes in behind his netminder and tries to hit a long pass to Ashton Hillman, but Hillman can't get it. Now Hillman tries to bring it in, but he's got to wait until the Magicians get back on side. Now Thongfett circling. There's a delayed penalty. Coming to the bench is the goaltender Sortland, and the Magicians trying to keep a hold of it, but the Braves will touch it, and the Magicians will go on the power play.
Well, the fourth power play of the night for the Magi comes back to the ice surface. A hooking will be called, and into the box for the Braves goes number 17, Mikhail Costa. On that hooking call, so power play number 4 comes out. Crucial point in the hockey game here for the Bottineau Braves. They're looking to keep this thing within 3. Minot High pots another one here late in the second. Could be just about a nail in the coffin for the home team tonight.
Fillion skates around behind Olsen, trying to set up the power play now. Now he's going to skate on in and send it right through the blue paint. Nobody home. Now it's on the near boards, hash marks. Down to the goal line extended. Now it's Aiden Morelli going behind the net. He's looking for somebody. He winds around in the circle, throws it to the point, fires it. Olsen the save, and the rebound goes up over the net, behind the net, and now the players fight for it there on a good shot from the blue line by Opperud. Opperud again over to the other point. Walking on in, shot. I don't know if that got Olsen's glove or not. The Magicians, heavy pressure. Philly in the shot, defensive save, and now Olsen finds it somehow in a mass of legs and hangs on with 5:45 remaining in period 2.
You ever heard of the saying that sharks in the water smelling blood? That's the Magicians right now. They're up by 3 with 1:15 remaining of power play time, and they are cruising. It was a neat opportunity tonight to drive up to the Lumberdome with former Minot High assistant coach John Willard. 25 years with the Minot Magicians behind the bench.
Yep, old Johnny and I are the only two players left in Minot from the very first season of 74. Everybody else has got smart and moved to warm weather. John Willard and I, the only ones left from that first-year team. But, boy, I tell you what, we love it up here at the Lumberdome. Now the Magicians still with 50 seconds left on the power play. We'll wind it around to Ben Bonebrake. Bonebrake now goes forward. I think that's Hillman. Hard to see that number. Yep, it is Hillman. But the Braves get a handle on it and dump it all the way down. And Sortland's going to fire it right on up. A quick breakout here. Oh, and that almost worked as they tried to center it to Hillman on the bomb pass from the goaltender. Now the puck bounces up to the blue line. The Magicians keep it in. Deal kept it in, but now it's fired on out of the zone as Rosenthal got a stick on it and threw it out. Stenberg now wheels behind his own net. 12 seconds if they hurry on the power play. Stenberg trying to go across the blue line. Poke check by Mahagan. And now carrying it in the other side, Bonebrake, but offside is Hunter Cope.
3-0 Minot High, 4 seconds on their power play with 4:34 left here in the second. When talking to John Willard, we talked about 25 years behind the bench, and we talked about how you just don't see that longevity anymore, except with a guy like Dave Hoff, who's currently in his 30th season with the Bottineau Braves, year number 30. Graduated from Minot State University back in 1990. He's been a staple here in the Bottineau community, and more on him in a moment. He's certainly known around the hockey world.
Braves try to throw it out, keeping it in as Tice. Once again, Tice is heckled, and the puck stolen away from him by Mattern. And Mattern trying to go out of the zone, and now down on his knees, Thongfett. Great play as he gets down on his knees and knocks it away from Costa. And now here comes Ackrey. Ackrey moves on in, tries to get a shot. Cope tries to help the shot the rest of the way to the net. And Olsen covered up.
Well, Larry, that was actually Hunter Cope on the back check that made the stop back in front of Sortland. He hustled all the way back to the other end of the ice. You got to like to see that from Hunter Cope, number 19 for the Magicians. Excellent back checking. And he came back and almost made it 4-0 with Acree right there on the doorstep of the glove side. But Olsen again, sharp as attack.
Jaden Luck gets to take the draws. The fourth line is out now with Bonebrake, trying to dump it into the zone. Cope tries to work it into the corner. He does. Jaden Luck tries to get it out of there, bringing it around his Cope. Shot and a goal! Luck! That's his first tally of the season.
Well, the goaltender Olsen was down. Hunter Cope started the play. It came to Jaden Luck on the back doorstep. Larry, you could have scored that one with your putter. And Luck tucks it to the back of the net. And Minot High leads 4-0 on the goal from Luck, assisted by Cope. 3:44 remains here in the second, and Minot High extends the lead to 4.
13-16, the time of that goal. Nice to see that line getting out there. And Luck, look what I found on the side of the net. And now Murphy wants more. He's got Fillion, but he'll take the shot. Olsen to save. Fillion in the corner, gets it to the point. And now it's knocked on out. It's a foot race. Costa and the goaltender. Sortland beats him to it, passes it forward. Murphy tries to keep it in. He can't. And it's dumped back in as the Magicians have to clear the zone. Now fighting for it on the blue line. Ben Bonebrake gets it, shoves it into the corner, takes a wild bounce, goes all the way over to the goal line, extended on the far boards. Fillion now comes to the hash marks. Now he puts it back behind the goal line again. Now he's going to skate it behind the net. Fillion's out public skating. Centers it to Morelli. At the top of the circle, a one-timer in the save by Olsen.
Well, Olsen coming up big here in the second period. He's seen 36 total shots, 32 saves. And Morelli from Fillion. Minot High really keying in on that tonight, just firing from anywhere tonight. They're not trying to be too fancy tonight. This is more old school crash and bang hockey for the Magicians. They're firing away from everywhere. And again, they have a 4-0 lead late in the second.
Flipping the backhand into the corner is Murphy. Now coming up with it and centering it to Murphy was Morelli. That quite didn't work. Comes on out, and now here's a break for Bottineau. Shoveled on over in the corner, shooting to score! Amsbaugh takes the pass from Matt Olson on the 2-on-1 and makes no mistake.
Well, excellent play from Matt Olson getting it over to Luke Amsbaugh. That was a twisted wrister, and Bottineau's on the board here in period number 2. Excellent play as Amsbaugh is going to tuck home his team high goal number 20 on the year. That's .27 for Ian Amsbaugh.
That was really well executed, Nick. Nice pass on the breakout by Costa, I believe it was. We'll wait and see on the official tally, and now the Magicians try to wheel around with it. Here comes Feld over the blue line. He's looking for more. He'll shoot it up over the cage. Goes into the corner. Fighting for it there. The Braves try to dump it out, and they do. It's not going to be an ice as it was tipped. Now the female announcer here trying to copy the UND announcer. And coming in by himself again, a shot and a save by Sortland as Matt Olson picked up the puck at the dots and skated right in. And all of a sudden the Braves have a little bit of life here, Nick.
Yeah, they certainly do, and this is where you got to be careful with Bottineau. You give them a little life like that, and the next thing you know, they're like a rattlesnake. They come out of nowhere and strike. Only 7 shots for them in the hockey game. They've got the goal from Amsbaugh, but once they get buzzing, look out.
Plummel backhands the pass to Stenberg on the fly. Stenberg comes on in, tries to backhand it through the slot. It's broken up by the Braves, and here they come. The Braves on a 3-on-3. It's popped up to Sortland. He'll catch it, and he'll hang on with 1:51 remaining in period 2.
Well, we're talking about Dave Hoff, the 30-year veteran, as the bench boss for the Bottineau Braves, and Dave Hoff will be in his 3rd season with the U.S. national sled hockey team. Hoff has been the USA Hockey coach-in-chief for the last 10 years. Now the head coach of USA's sled hockey team. Doing great things.
The Magicians again across the line. Deal this time tries to wheel a pass over to Plemmel. That doesn't work. And now Deal gets it point blank and tries to shovel it over to a teammate. That didn't work. He tried to shovel it to Stenberg, and then Olson holds on. Yeah, Dave Hoff and I reffed together a lot back in the days in the late 70s, early. He came down to Minot when he was going to Minot State, and we refereed a lot together, high school games. And then one day he goes, "You know what, Larry?" He goes, "This is our last game. I'm done." I go, "Why?" "You quit reffing?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'm going into coaching in Bottineau." 30 years later, here he is. Face-off goes behind the net. The Magicians fight for it again. Morelli picks it up. He'll skate it out front to Fillion. That gets knocked away and brought out of the zone to Murphy. Murphy off the boards to Fillion. That's intercepted by Amsbaugh. Here comes Amsbaugh. One defenseman to get around. Swoops around behind the net. Tries to center it. Puck laying right in the slot. Trying to get a shot on it is Rosenthal. Somehow that goes wide, and now the Magicians 3-on-2 across the blue line. Out to the point. Morelli takes the shot. It's up over the goal. It lands on the goal and comes out front. It's still loose. Another shot by Morelli. Save. Oh, now one off the bar. And Olson spots it and hangs on. Wow, what a rush by the Magicians.
Well, Aiden Morelli was on the doorstep. He had 2 chances, fired a couple hard ones out there with Murphy as well. Nice play from the Magicians. But, man, Ian Amsbaugh at the other end of the ice, he reminds me a lot of Wayne Gretzky, the way he flows through the center ice slot and through the neutral zone. He is one of the smoothest skaters I've seen in a long, long time. He is next level for sure.
Bone break now, tries to shovel it in, and there's a shot from the face-off dodge. I believe it's Deal. Bone break shot it in from the point. That will be Mason Deal, Nick.
Mason Deal from Plemmel. He put it on a tee for him. And Minot High is starting to execute now. Plemmel sets up Deal, and Deal tucks that one to the back of the net on an excellent play from his line mate, Jack Plemmel.
So now the Magicians with the 5-1 lead. If you're just joining us, 30 seconds and counting remaining here in the second period as the Magicians try to get it out of the zone. Amsbaugh has it again. Amsbaugh trying to skate on in. He's at the goal line, extended far boards. He's being heckled by a couple of Magicians. Bone breaks over there. So is Hillman. It comes into the near boards now Little tough for us to see, and Amsbach comes out with it. Oh, and he centers it. A nice centering pass to Olsen. And that was a great defensive play there by Hauser that sent that into the corner. And now the horn goes. And that ends the second period here at the Lumberdome. Nick and I will be back with the intermission report here in between the second and third periods. We're through 2 here at the Lumberdome. The score, the Minot Magicians 5 and the Bottineau Rugby Braves 1.
Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knop. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
ProStyleProduction.com.
Planet Pizza. 4 systems go for lunch. Frequent supper times up front. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun. There's room for everyone. Don't be an idiot. To Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank. It's time for the First International Bank and Trust Intermission Report. First International has you covered. Let's go back to the press box for the stats, analysis, and everything else Magi hockey.
Welcome back, hockey fans, to the Lumberdome here in Bottineau, North Dakota. 2 periods in the book here in this high school hockey game, a West Region matchup where points start to get very valuable for both teams, and the Magicians with a 5-1 lead here in the hockey game. And one of the big stories tonight is goaltender Tyler Olsen, who had 17 saves in the first period and 19 saves in the second period, for a total of 36. The Magicians have solved him 5 times and just an outstanding performance tonight by Olsen.
Yeah, he's been the best player on the ice in my mind, one of them for sure. With the way Minot High is playing right now, they're not only firing from everywhere, but they're getting him to move side to side. They're working the puck around the top of the umbrella and right around that goal crease very nicely. Minot High doing a nice job of keeping it simple, however, at the same time. You see one way that Minot High was successful, and that was Plebble right across the slot for the one-timer opportunity. And if you're Eddie Belfour, you don't stop that puck. His deal had it on a tee and banged it home for the 5th goal of the night for the Magicians. That one came with 30 seconds left in the second period. But, yeah, Tyler Olsen, in my mind, certainly playing well tonight, definitely deserving of the accolades he's getting here. Earlier on tonight, I mentioned that I didn't think the shot clock was calculating upwards in a fast enough fashion, if you will. Well, at the end of the period, they added a few more on there for him. 41 total shots on goal, like you just mentioned, through 2 periods of play. He's given up 5 here tonight. And Trace Ortland on the other end, that's not an easy job, by the way, when you sit back there. It's freezing cold in here. Guaranteed his feet are cold. You get sweaty in warm-ups. You're sweaty from time to time. And then when you stand around for minutes on end in that period, it becomes kind of a long haul standing in that blue paint. And he's been good when called upon here tonight. Ian Amsbaugh certainly showing why he is one of the best in North Dakota, and number 11 in the state in scoring as well, as he picked up team high number 20 on the year tonight, 20th goal for Ian Amsbaugh.
Yeah, Trace Ortland has 3 saves in the first period and 6 in the second for 9 saves. And, yeah, that's no fun when you're standing down there. Most goalies want a little more work as the game goes on. I like your point about keeping it simple. I've seen some games down in Bismarck this year where there seems like the Magicians were always going for that last pass, that fancy goal, and you and I are just looking at each other like, wow, why did he give that one up? Why didn't he shoot that? Well, here tonight, and even to somewhat Thursday night's game back at Mesa Arena that we saw, now they're just firing the puck on net, and good things will happen. So I like that new philosophy that they're using tonight. Just shoot it. Lots of times you're going to get a juicy rebound, or it's going to go in. If you're dancing around the zone with it and not getting any shots, it doesn't do you any good. So I do like that point. They're really doing that well tonight.
Well, I think the biggest problem and the biggest challenge that you have when you look at Minot High's roster and how many guys are on this team, Larry, that are underclassmen or that are in varsity hockey for their first or second year only, when you think about how young this hockey team is, you have to think about where they come from. And they come from the Bantam ranks, where in Bantams, when they're dominating Bantams the way that Minot has been for the last few years and reaching that AA state tournament and AA state championship and playing very well and being able to dominate at that level, you have that in your mind that you're able to be that fancy. You're able to be Ovechkin and Crosby and Malkin and these guys, when in reality, you hop up another level and all of a sudden the men are now, all of a sudden the boys are men now. You know, you're playing against seniors and juniors and upperclassmen that have been here for 3 or 4 years. You're playing against kids like Sleddy down in Bismarck and Hansen and Dayton Deeks, guys that are on the back end that aren't afraid to step in front of shots and hit you right back. I mean, and those are just examples, but across the state, I mean, when you think about that jump from the high school game up from the Bantam game, I think it's important to know that a team like the Magicians, and that's kind of why I've said it all year long, that the future is bright for these guys. They just need some time to develop. But doing it in a way now where they're starting to really show that they've got what it takes, and to not be fancy and just to fire some shots on goal, I think has really been one of their keys to success here tonight. And again, don't get me wrong, Bottineau comes into tonight with a 1-7 record inside of West Region play, but they've got one of the best goaltenders right now that we've seen in my mind. He's certainly been tested here tonight, and the Magicians have almost played flawlessly the way they've executed on all ends of the arena here tonight. I like the way Minot High's played tonight. They look good to me.
Yeah, that's a very good point about the coming up from the youth, and we see that too on the next level in Minot in the NAHL, as these players come from high school and now they're up another level when they get to that speed. So as you progress in your career, it gets tougher and tougher, and that is a very good point that these guys probably skated circles around the zones and peppered goalies in the Bantam ranks. Now it's not that easy to slice and dice and stick handle your way around. So it'll be exciting to see what happens here. The Magicians have some fourth liners that are getting some points now. I think everybody's on board right now. Everyone seems to be having a good time. And I think that trip to Jamestown and experiencing an outdoor game and kind of just relaxing and cutting loose. I'm not saying they relaxed and didn't try in the game, but you know what I mean. They finally get to do something unique. They go outside, North Dakota Hockey Day, and you just get there and you have fun and you experience something completely new. And now 2 nights later, you're up here. I think that trip to that special event helped the Magicians as well.
Well, I think the start of this third period, Larry, is going to be the biggest first 5 minutes of the third period. We talk about the importance of tonight's game with Bottineau and Minot High. It's not two teams that are neck and neck for a race for third place or fourth or fifth or sixth inside the West region, but for Minot High, again, knowing that if they can win tonight, if they can pick up a win against Williston, they can pick up a win against Mandan and then win again against this Bottineau team, they're going to have a good shot. If they win out, they'll be in the top 3 heading into the West Region tournament on your home ice. And that is such a big deal if you want to progress and move on. More importantly than that, though, I think at the end of the day, whether they finish in 3rd or 6th, this is just a confidence builder tonight to get some guys that are scoring the puck and they're executing those efforts. Finally starting to see some puck luck here tonight, and that certainly has been a big-time issue for the Magicians this year. I don't know how many times the goalpost has been hit or how many times the puck just bounces to the left when it should have went to the right for the Magi, and that's kind of been the story of the young Magicians here this year.
We'll take a break here before the third period begins. Once again, thanks for listening to the First International Period Report. We'll be back with the third period from the Lumberdome in just a minute.
Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics.
Package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS Store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
ProStyleProduction.com.
Planet Pizza. Systems go for lunch. Frequent supper times up front. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun. There's room for everyone. From me and Maria to Planet Pizza. Space for
Flying Bucks and the Zamboni. Let's go back to the press box with Nick Hulberg and Larry McFalll.
Well, Plemmel from Hauser and Tice started off last period, and then getting his first goal of the season was Hauser, followed up by one later on by Deal. And the Braves on the board with a goal by Amsbaugh. And now we are ready for third period action. There's the drop of the puck. The Magicians will be going from left to right. And they take it down into their own zone and firing it forward. A nice head pass to Murphy. He's in. Murphy into Fillion. A nice play. Fillion takes the shot from the slot. And Olsen the save, and it goes down into the corner. Bieberdorf now trying to work his way out of the zone. And the Magicians doing a good job of keeping it in. A good forecheck down there low by Fillion and Murphy. And now Fillion skates all the way behind the net. He'll probably look for a point. No, he goes in behind the net again, and Morelli is the first one there. Morelli now circles looking for somebody to feed it to. But it gets stolen away that time by Rosenthal. And Rosenthal will dump it into the Minot zone, and coming up with it there is Operud. He skates it back in and fires it into the corner. Riley Bieberdorf's been busy on defense tonight. The Braves with 5 defensemen, 4 of them are sophomores. Good things to come for their defensive core. And getting over the red line is Costa, and it's stolen from him as the Magicians make a line change. It's Deal. Deal dumps it into the goal line extended right in front, and Deal tries to make the shot as Plemmel centered it from the red line extended, and that one almost worked for the Magicians. And now Olsen's going to have to grab it with his glove and hang on.
Yeah, that took a funny bounce off the end wall. Olsen would do a knee, and he loves it, hangs on tight to it. Well, I said it about 4 games ago. If the Magicians could get guys like Deal and Plemmel and Stenberg going, I think that everybody else would follow suit. It's fair to say that those guys are cooking here tonight.
Handelin will bounce it off the boards to Hardy just to get it out, and the Magicians once again corral it at center ice and bring it right back in. Stenberg hits the brakes on the blue line, centers it into the slot to Deal, and it just goes wide. Now Deal goes into the corner to get it. He's stapled against the boards by Ruchinski, and the Braves are going to dump it all the way down, and it'll be another icing with 15:09 remaining in regulation.
Well, if you've never been to the Lumberdome, this is such a beautiful facility. It's got the old wood, what would you call that, tongue and groove
arches?
Tongue and groove arches throughout the top of this entire building. The arena is old school. It's shorter than the normal 200 feet. And there's no advertising around the boards all the way around the playing surface, which really kind of feels very unique.
Yes, I like that. It looks like a real hockey rink, and there's no advertising on the ice either. Of course, we're not used to that back home. Our rink is a billboard, unfortunately, in my opinion. Puck dropped again and brought to the point. Shooting it on in. Oh, there's a save by Olsen as it flips up over the net as the shot came from the blue line in Opperud. And now the Braves dump it all the way down again, and this time they're waving it off. They're saying it's tipped. The Magicians have to go behind the net now, and picking it up there is Rosenthal. Rosenthal centers it behind to Matt Olsen. Olsen centers it, nobody home. Ben Bonebrake was the only one there, and he tries to get it out of the zone. Now the puck will go to Hillman. Hillman tries to center it. He gets it to Feld. Feld comes in, takes the shot. That's blocked by defenseman Handelin as these Braves. Oh, there's another shot from the point. Olsen gets it in his glove and can't hang on. And now the Braves will flip it down. They might set the record for icing this period with 14:15 remaining.
Well, Minot High showing their dominance here tonight, 43-10 of the shots on goal. They lead 5-1 early in the third period here. Magicians haven't made many mistakes tonight. They did on that last play in their defensive zone. Bonebrake had just a miss on trying to clear it out. Give credit to the Bottineau Braves, however, for the excellent forecheck.
Shot in from the point by Josh Drady. That goes on net, thrown right back to him at the point, and he'll dump it right back in again. Now getting dumped on the side of the net is Zachary. As he tries to get open. Now it's centered through the slot, back to the blue line. There's a shot coming in. A big save by Olsen and a pile up as Tice took the shot. Olsen dives out on his belly to grab it.
Yeah, Olsen didn't see that one from the line. He was up square to the puck at the top of the blue paint. He heard the shot, and he went down into the butterfly, waited for it. It hit him in front. He felt it, and then he tracked the puck. Nice play from the goaltender Olsen with plenty of traffic in front of him to make another stop. He's been busy tonight.
Penalties in the second period. 2 were on Bottineau, 1 on Minot so far for the game. 5 penalties on the Braves, 4 on the Magicians. And here comes Amsbaugh trying to take him out as Tice. And Tice gets enough of him to knock the puck away from him, and here come the Magicians. Delayed offside coming. Amsbaugh has to clear the zone. Now they go back on in. And the Magicians deal it behind their own net. And Tice tries to hammer it up the boards to Ackery, but beating him to it is Amsbaugh to keep it in. Now it goes behind the net again. Chasing it down is Josh Drady. Drady gets dumped by the goal line. The puck stays in the end. Amsbaugh fighting for it now. Coming up with it is Matt Olsen. Olsen behind the net. Gets it to Amsbaugh. He'll throw it to the point. Nobody home. Handelin was late to get there, and it goes all the way down behind the goal line, where Tyler Olsen sets it up for defenseman Handelin. But now the Magicians end up with it. And Morelli rifles a shot, but the Magicians ended up with it because I believe they'll get a penalty, I think. I'm not quite sure, Nick.
Well, the Magicians are going to the power play. Nick Murphy had that puck on a tee, and somehow he ended up being tripped up on the play. Tripping will be the call on Adam Handelin. Power play comes out for the Magi. This is their 5th man advantage of the night. They're 1 for 4 at the point in the hockey game right now. My pen just flipped out onto the ice surface. Larry, I just clicked the tip of my pen. We should probably stop play. That could be dangerous right
yes,
there.
That could.
Right in front of the Minot High bench.
There's a deflector save there by Olsen on the shot from the point by Riley Opperud. Now they're dicing around again. Back to the point to Murphy. Murphy to Opperud. Opperud to Fillion. He scores!
What a play.
Fillion and Ovechkin's house makes it 6-1. Hey, ref.
What a play on the back doorstep as Peyton Fillion's going to score on the power play. And Fillion tattoos that one home. We'll wait for the official call. But a power play goal scored by the Magi.
4:30 will be the time of that goal. I believe it will go to Fillion. We'll wait and see. And now the puck goes out of play with 12:20. And there's another tripping call. And this one is going to come at 4:40. And that's also on the Braves. Number 19 goes off for the trip. That's Matt Olsen.
Well, the power play, 2 goals tonight on 5 attempts. Still waiting for the assist on the Fillion goal.
Face off to come to the right of Olsen. 12:20 remaining in period 3. The Magicians on yet another power play. Deal's got it on the sidewall. He'll go to the point to Bonebreak. Back to Deal. Over to Plemmel. Down into the corner. As they move it around well to Stenberg, it gets deflected. Deal gets it back to Bonebreak. Bonebreak on the left point. Will dive it into the circle. Up to Plemmel on the top of the slot. Takes a shot. Olsen the save. Omsbaugh winds out and fires it all the way down. And Sortland makes the stop. And Bonebreak goes back for it now. Sounds like Murphy and Feld assists on that last goal by Fillion. Here comes Deal. He tries to shovel it into the slot, and that's intercepted by Omsbaugh. He's going to kill some time. He's going to wheel around behind the net and now shovel it out of the zone. And it's going to go all the way down the ice. A nice play by Omsbaugh. 11:24 remaining in regulation. 1 minute left on the Magician power play. Omsbaugh intercepts it in the neutral zone. Walks in, takes a shot. Sortland the save, and he'll hang on as Rosenthal was coming in.
Well, I can't stress enough how not easy it is for Trey Sortland here tonight. That's his 12th shot that he's seen through 3 periods of action with 11:16 to play. Minot High leads 6-1. You have to remain focused and at the top of your game, especially against a kid like Omsbaugh tonight who's got his 20th goal of the year. And Trey Sortland's done a nice job staying back there and being steady Eddie tonight for the Magi.
Stealing it on the red line again, working good. He's had a good game tonight. Landon Rosenthal, the sophomore forward. But the Magicians will storm back in with 38 seconds left on the power play. It's centered and just missing the shovel in his Feld. And it's dumped all the way down to Sortland. He gets another cushy save. And he'll forward it up to the blue line. But they can't hang on. It's going to go all the way down. No icing. And the Magicians now, Fillion keeps it in the zone. 20 seconds left on the power play. Fillion works it into the corner. And now the Braves come up with it, but they don't clear it. And Opperud will take the shot off the deflector and into the wall here at the Lumberdome.
Well, Fillion got the most recent goal. It was Feld and Nick Murphy with the assist. Peyton Fillion picks up goal number 4 on the year. Point number 13 and point number 14 tonight here at the Lumberdome. He had an assist on the first one. That was Morelli's goal early in the contest. Turned it into an all-right junior campaign for Peyton Fillion.
By the way, we might have to call too many pens on the ice on you. As the puck now fighting for behind the net. Working for it. Does Luck. Luck centers it. Shot by Cope. Point blank and a big save by Olsen. And the Braves clear it off the linesman. It doesn't make it all the way down. But the Magicians and the Braves now are full strength. Wow, a nice play by Luck. He shoveled it on over to Cope. Point blank. And Olsen came up big.
Yeah, that almost was 7-1. Hunter Cope bidding for one there. That would have been Cope's first goal of the year for the Magi. Olsen forced to make another nice stop 7 minutes into this third period. Minot High up 6-1.
Back into the Brave zone again. Omsbaugh tries to get it out. Stealing it is Feld. He'll keep it in the zone. Amsbaugh trying to do it all himself now, and that just doesn't work. The fans not happy with that play, and here comes the Magicians again. Derwin Hauser working his way again into the corner, looking for the front of the net. He'll skate it back to the circle. He'll go down and get back up, and now the puck belongs on the stick of Ashton Hillman, who tries to get it over to Feld, but Feld could not get it. It goes all the way down behind the Minot net, and now it trickles all the way back down to Olsen, and he'll just fall on it and hang on. Feld 9:13 left.
Well, there's an altercation in front of the Bottineau net. Feld went crashing towards the goal. Goaltender Olsen gave him a little shot after Feld shot. Gave a little chip to the goaltender, and then Feld pushed the puck into the back of the net. Could have been a penalty on Feld.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he didn't get a penalty for that, Nick, because he tapped it into the net after the whistle. Maybe the refs are cold and they want to get out of here too.
Sweet chin music.
Deal now in the close corner on the goal line extended, kind of out of our range. Comes to the point, firing that one in is Josh Drady. It goes wide. And the Magicians now a pass right in the wheelhouse of Stenberg, I believe, and Stenberg shoots it right into Olsen's pads. And it's dumped down for icing.
Well, I do have to say that I don't mind seeing stuff like that tonight for a hockey team that's been struggling and on a skid 5 games in a row. The Magicians have lost. You want to get a little swagger in a game going like tonight, then you want to get some confidence built up for these remaining 6 that are ahead of you before the West Region Tournament on your home ice. I say green light. I don't mind seeing stuff like that once in a while, trying to get some confidence built up for the Magi.
Stenberg behind the net. Tries to work it out front. Another good defensive play by Riley Bieberdorf. Now Stenberg comes out again, takes a shot. Olsen gets it on his glove but can't hang on. It comes out to the neutral zone, and Drady will dump it right back in again to Plemmel. Well, once again, Riley Bieberdorf fighting for it in the corner. He's been busy. Stenberg now in the corner of the goal line extended far boards. Deal will pick it out. He's going to skate it in and flip the backhand just wide into the near corner, and he goes after it there. And Deal still has it. Fighting for it against the boards. Deal still has it. Now it's finally knocked past Drady and down into the Minot zone to the right of Sortland. And a nice pass by Drady out to Stenberg. He just can't hang on as he's got to be a little tired. Stenberg's due for a line change. And the Magicians back in their zone will just flip it into the Bottineau zone. Now it's intercepted by Fillion on the blue line. On the clearing pass, Fillion works it into the corner, shuffles it to Murphy. He can't get a stick on it, goes to the point. Shot from there, hits legs, and now working it out is Fillion from behind the net. Fillion fights against the Amsbaugh over there, and now it's still Fillion and Amsbaugh. Fillion will now get it behind the net, and it comes poked out front. Olsen's down, it doesn't get to him. Morelli now dancing in the corner. He centers it right through the slot. Fillion just misses it again. It's thrown on out to the blue line, and Hillman can't hold it in, or Opperud. So it comes out of the zone, and now the Magicians bring it back in again. Fillion, a big contact. Nice shot by Raczynski as he knocks Peyton Fillion down. And now it comes to the point again to Opperud. He fires it over to his defensive mate, and Bonebrake fires it through the slot, and now the Braves work it out. Here's Amsbaugh. He's one against the world. He'll circle, waiting for help. He still circles, and a nice play knocking it out of the zone is Murphy. Now here's Amsbaugh wheeling in his blue line again. He's into the Minot zone. Once again on a 1-on-3, and Amsbaugh crashes into the defenseman of Minot High. The puck is out in the neutral zone. Amsbaugh, and I believe it's Deal, still John with each other.
It's actually Riley Opperud. Opperud got taken into the end wall hard by Ian Amsbaugh. He went down to the ice. Kind of a scary play in the corner. Opperud, obviously with a reason to be upset about it, gets right on top of him and cranks Amsbaugh with the 5 knuckles on the back of the helmet, roughing on both of them with 6:11 to play here in the third. We remain 5-on-5.
Coincidental penalties at 10:49. Here comes the Magicians. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Feld on the left side. He'll take the shot. Olsen the save. Rebound goes right back to him. Goal line extended. Feld dancing. Takes another shot. Olsen the save. Feld again. Trying to get in on there. Hauser's playing a great game. He's fighting. Feld in the corner. Staples him to the corner. Now Bonebreak ends up with it and gets it back to Hauser. Hauser's going to shoot it over Olsen's head all the way around to the point, and Thongfett dumps it back in. It goes over to Hauser in the far corner as the Magicians are just buzzing the Braves here as it comes out of the zone to Thongfett. He's going to have to retreat to his blue line and give it to Bonebreak. Bonebreak with a nice pass to Hillman. Hillman walks into the circle, takes the shot. Thought that hit above the white line, but play continues. And now fighting for it behind the net is Feld. Feld and Hillman back there with the one Bottineau Brave. And now it finally goes on the stick of Rosenthal. He tries to get it out. He can't. Bonebreak shovels it into the near corner. It comes back to the point. Drady can't keep it in. And now it's going to skitter all the way to the Magician zone. No icing. Tatum Hurts gets it stolen from him. And the Magicians save it, though, and dump it out of the zone. Adam Handelin now with the puck. He'll fire it towards the Magician zone. Nothing doing as Tice gets that and hits Cope on the fly. Cope into the corner. Now walking out. The centering pass to Ackery. He can't contain it as it was bouncing all over the place. And it comes out of the zone. Ackery one-hands it back in to Luck. Luck is intercepted by Rosenthal. And the fight is over in the corner. Maybe a possible hold there. They're going to let him go. Bodies flying everywhere. Drady's down. Magicians have to get onside. Now they do. And it's fired on into the zone again by Cade Ackery. It goes around behind the net over to the far defenseman. That's Rachinsky. It squirts out into the slot where Handelin has it. Handelin having trouble containing it. Finally winds up and slaps it out of the zone. It comes to the red line to Tice. Tice loses it as he's heckled and slashed by number 17, Costa. Wow. Paul Bunyan wearing number 17 for the Lumberjacks. Deal now tries to get it to Stenberg. It hits his skates and goes all the way into the Magician zone. Now it's Thongfett once again back to Bonebreak, and Bonebreak will drill it back in. It goes behind the cage. The fight for it back there, coming up with it, is Deal. Deal now circles around goal line extended. He centers it out to Stenberg, who throws it to Thongfett on the point, and Thongfett can't keep it in. Now Bottineau with Alex Hardy gets it in the zone for a little bit. Now the Magicians hit the bomb pass all the way to Plemmel on the blue line. Plemmel walks in. Oh, he whiffs on the shot. And at the same time, Deal trips over Olsen. I don't know what the call's going to be there. It's either going to be tripping on the goaltender or goaltender interference on Deal. Deal is coming to the bench. So that's going to be a trip on Olsen as he got, it wasn't interfered with. He hacked him down, and serving the penalty will be number 7, Alex Hardy.
Well, the 6th power play of the night comes out for the Magicians. He and Amsbot Riley Oprud both got out of the box on the coincidental call, and when they did, they had a conversation all the way over to their players' bench. Under 3 to play in the third, up 5-5 at 6-1.
Murphy is being challenged on the blue line by Amsbaugh, but he still gets it into the zone. Now the Magicians try to work it into the front of the net, trying to skate it over there is Feld, or it might be Field. I'll be corrected on that pronunciation. The Braves will dump it all the way down as they're shorthanded. 1:36 left on the Magician power play. 2:27 left in regulation play. And here comes the Magicians again on the power play to Phil. Oh, bad bounce off the boards. Fillion was going to take that off the boards at the blue line. That puck bounced up in the air about 10 feet. Now it goes down behind the net where Morelli will corral it. He's dancing around. He'll shovel it to the near boards extended. And it almost pops out of the rink, but it doesn't. And Murphy keeps it in, and he'll shovel it once again to Feld. 1 minute remaining on the power play. 1:54 remaining in regulation. as the Magicians now just dancing around behind the goal line, passing the puck around. Fillion has it on the near boards. Now he'll dump it in behind the net again, and it eludes Feld. He'll have to chase it, and now he'll stop at the top of the circle and lazily try to get it to the defenseman, and now he gets it back, and now here's a score by Murphy. What a tough angle shot by Murphy, and he tickles the twine.
Right to the cookie jar where Grandma keeps the cookies. How about that shot over the corner of Olsen? Top shelf, it hit the Gatorade bottle, and Minot High leads 7-1.
Murphy gets the goal. I can't remember the defenseman that passed it on into the corner. We'll wait for the official announcement. That goal at 15 minutes and 31 seconds. 7-1 Magi. Face off at center ice, taking that as Hauser. And now it's forwarded to Cope, and Cope and Hauser will charge in. Shot all the way down to Sortland. He'll stop it, and he's going to shoot it off the blue line extended. It's hammered back in. Delayed offside on the Braves. They'll have to clear the zone. We're 5-on-5, of course, now, with 1 minute remaining in the third period. Here comes the Magicians again. Hauser comes on in, shoots it wide. Trying to fight for it now is Hillman. And the Magicians once again keeping it in. And Handelin goes behind his net, dumps it out. Drady can't hold on to it. And it's all the way down for an ice with 44 seconds remaining here in regulation play.
Well, I don't know if it's just that I'm excited to see the Magicians finally get a win tonight, as they're going to definitely walk out of the Lumberdome with the victory. Will it be 7-1? That's the only question. But when I look at this hockey game in the big picture, it just seems like both teams played hard all night long. Nobody took their foot off the gas pedal at all. More entertaining game for us as Magicians fans, obviously, with the runtime ticking away here with the 7-1 game. But Minot High was a well-oiled machine tonight. This is a better hockey game in my mind, entertainment-wise, for the Magicians than maybe 7-1 would allude to.
Yeah, the Magicians definitely were ready to come and play tonight. The Braves are going to dump it down one more time. The clock still runs. Fighting for it on the Magician blue line. Skating into the Minot zone. It's on the stick of Hillman. The horn sounds. And this one is in the books from the Lumberdome. And Nick and I will be back with the first international period recap here from the Lumberdome. We'll be right back, folks. The final score here tonight: the Minot Magicians 7, the Bottineau Braves 1.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestead from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knop. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
ProStyleProduction.com.
Planet Pizza. 4 systems go go for lunch. Frequent supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. From me and Mary to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank. It's time for the Pro Style Production DJ Services postgame show. Make your event Pro Style with the Pro Style Production DJ Services team. Visit ProStyleProduction.com and make your event Pro Style. Now, the Pro Style Production post-game show. Here's Nick Hulberg and Larry McFalll.
Well, North Dakota hockey fans, we had a good one here tonight in the Lumberdome if you're a Magician fan, as the Magicians finally got the goal scoring going, and they were just swarming the Bottineau end all night long, Nick, as they win this one 7-1. Goaltender saves in the game as Sortland not too busy for the Magicians. 3 in the first, 6 in the second, 2 in the third for a game total of 11. And Olsen in the nets for Bottineau, 17 saves in the first, 19 in the second, and 11 in the third for 47, as Olsen just proves that he's got a lot in front of him as a goaltender at his age. He keeps on playing like this. There might be some bright stars shining for that young man. But the Magicians too strong and buzzing way too much and forcing the Braves to take quite a few penalties. The Braves in the box 9 times for 18 minutes compared to the Magicians 5 penalties for 10 minutes.
Well, the Magicians' power play was good on the 6 power play chances that they had where Minot High had the extra attacker. They scored 3 times in the hockey game. And here's how they did it, Larry. They got the first power play goal of the night in the first period. 6:09 the time of the goal, and it was Aiden Morelli's 8th goal of the year. That's a team high. He was assisted by Peyton Philly, and it was 1-0 at the end of 1 in favor of Minot High School. In the second period, the Magicians came to play. So did the Bottineau Braves, but Minot High ended up with a 5-1 lead after the second. They scored at 2:29. Jack Plemmel's 3rd goal of the year, assisted by Hauser. Also assisting was Mason Deal. Then moments later at 2:42, it was Hauser scoring his first of the year. Assisting on the goal was Casey Feld. Then at 13:16 of the second period, the Magicians score again. This time it's Luck picking up his first goal as a varsity player. They scooped the puck up for him and took it to the bench. He gets to celebrate that one here tonight. Hunter Cope had an assist on that play. Then it was Bottineau's turn in the second period. They ended the scoring in the second. They picked up a goal, the 20th goal of the year for Ian Amsbaugh. He was assisted on the play by number 19, Matt Olson. And when you talk about a bright future, you can almost guarantee that the best finish in the last 4 years for Bottineau Rugby has been 6th inside of the West Region. You go back to Harrison Aid days and some of those times, there's some Bottineau teams that finished in the top 4. Second place finish was their best back in 2011 over the last 10 years. But this is a team of Bottineau that, with goaltending like they had tonight from Olsen, Amsbaugh, and some of these other players, they might be a contender down the road here just a bit. And they didn't give up tonight by any means. We went into the third period with Minot High up by a score of 5-1. And the Magicians got a goal the fourth of the year for a Mason Deal. He was assisted by Jack Plemmel. That was actually with 30 seconds remaining in the second period. My apologies. That's where the Magicians led 5-1. In the third period, Minot High scored twice. They were both on the power play. Casey Feld set up Nick Murphy, who set up Peyton Fillion for his fourth of the year. Fillion gets the Magicians to a 6-1 lead, and then it's Feld that sets up Nick Murphy for his third of the year. Minot High wins this tonight. 7-1 is the final. Plenty of Magicians down the list that had multiple point nights tonight. Mason Deal, 1 goal, 1 assist tonight. He was good tonight. Peyton Fillion, 1 goal, 1 assist. Hauser had 1 and 1. Plemmel had 1 and 1. 3 assists for Feld. Nick Murphy had 1 and 1, and plenty of others on the score sheet tonight. We've got some tough choices to make for our Minot's Finest Collision Center stars of the game. Larry, let's just flip a coin on this one. Maybe that's what we'll have to do.
It's time for the Minot's Finest Collision Center stars of the game. Minot's Finest Collision Center. We are Minot's Finest.
Well, on a night where anybody in the Magicians lineup seemed to be somebody that could have been picked for this honor tonight as one of the top 3 stars, brought to you by Minot's Finest Collision Center. They truly are Minot's Finest. Visit them in South Minot for all your collision needs. We're going to go this way tonight. Let's go with Feld with the 3 assist night as one of our stars of the game. He'll be my number 3 star of the game. Feld comes up with 3 assists. He had more points than anybody tonight. The 3 assists for him were certainly good. But how about Hauser? 1 goal, 1 assist tonight for Hauser, and Hauser's a guy that picks up the varsity goal for the Magicians, and one that certainly he'll remember coming from the Lumberdome here tonight. Hauser on the season now will pick up 2 points. His first 2 of the year. He came into tonight's game with 0 points. He leaves with 1 goal, 1 assist, his first 2 of the campaign. But I think you got to give credit where credit's due, Larry, and that is to the Bottineau goaltender in Tyler Olson. He stopped plenty of shots here tonight. Olson was certainly the rock back there. This game could have been a lot more out of control than it was without some good goaltending like they had. And they only ended up with 7 on the board, and the big reason why I think the best player on the ice tonight was the Bottineau goaltender. Your thoughts on those Minot's Finest 3 stars picks?
Yeah, it's always hard to try to pick players out of, especially when you have a high point night like this for the Magicians. But that's overshadowed by the play of Olson. He was unbelievable in the net. He kept a lot of pucks out. I think 47 saves, I said at the end of that one. And he was just exceptional. So, but he's going to have a good future if he keeps on playing in the net. It seems like he has got his game pretty good. So, yeah, the Stars could have went to quite a few of those Magician players, but we just had to, as you said, we had to just do rock, paper, scissors to make a decision because it was so close.
And it's so cold up here. We didn't have time. We had to get out of the booth.
Yes, we need to get down like right now.
Well, it gets a little warmer on Thursday. Minot High travels to Mandan for a 7:30 start. We will not have that one on the air for you as Minot State is on home ice against the Bottineau Lumberjacks for college hockey. Pro Style Production will have that broadcast for you. Noah Grant and Blake Friars will have the call on ProStyleProduction.com. Same thing on Saturday when Minot travels to West Fargo Cheyenne. Minot State is at home against Williston State, so the broadcast coverage will be of the college hockey sorts on Saturday as well. Then on the 31st, Minot travels to Grafton. After that, February 2nd, Minot is at Dickinson. The 5th, they're at home against Williston, and then Bottineau returns to the Magic City on the 7th. That's how the season ends for the Magicians with 6 games remaining, and 4 of those games for points inside of West Region play.
Yep, it'll be exciting. We always like this time of the year as it gears on up and heads towards the West Region and the Mesa Arena again. And I know us employees of the Mesa Arena, Bob Gillen and our whole staff are excited to host that event for the 2nd year in a row. So it's gearing up time and ready to roll here in North Dakota high school hockey.
It was a fun one tonight, Larry. I enjoyed your play-by-play call as always. Great job. And fun night for some Magicians hockey. Nice to see those guys get a win.
Absolutely. Yes, it was. And let's go Magi as the season keeps going.
That will do it for us tonight here from the press box at the Lumberdome. It was cold inside, but the Magicians were red hot tonight. They win 7-1. Minot High heads to Mandan Thursday with the record now in Center West Region play of 4-6. They're 5-9 overall in the year. Bottineau falls to 1-8 in the West and 4-9 overall. For Larry McFalll and John Grubb, I'm Nick Hulberg signing off from the Lumberdome. Please have a good night and God bless.
Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.